right, boys. We're rolling here. aren't we?
Henry Roland.
Welcome to the spookiest edition of the Death Penalty podcast. We have Matta here from Saviour, drummer of Saviour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AKA
Hey, man.
replacement.
Hey, actually, yeah, we should have got Jake here, and he was in Saviour as well.
Yeah, we could have had every Saviour drummer ever. I'll call Toby, see what he's up to.
Yeah, so fucking hell. So we've got these witches. Actually, we're doing video for the first time as well. Got these fucking witches hats. I'd also like everyone to comment on how fucking sweet my pumpkin carving is.
Yeah, so
I'm
Josh
going to hold
Pretty
off on
sweet,
commenting. The carving's good. The pumpkin is questionable.
you carved a fucking pear and painted it orange.
They're just meant for carving, right? Like, no one's actually eating them.
Well, when I opened it up, it smelled like farts.
Okay.
Like hell, like farts.
So
Smelled
do you
like
guess?
dude. I got something to
Dude.
tell you.
what? It smelled exactly
it smells
like.
like shit. It smells like the poo that smeared around my cheeks this morning.
Yeah, that's it. It smelled like when you left the fucking bathroom, mate, and just had shat your pants.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Jesus Christ, I was hungover this morning.
Oh.
So we were all out last night, and me and J-Man went home. Matter over here just descended. What time did you actually get home?
I got home pretty early considering, but I was home at 5. Home at 5. I was in
That's
bed
actually
before the
hell
sun
good.
was up, which is different.
Pretty much unheard of these days, though.
Still feeling it, but those pizzas kind of saved me.
Just an
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
absolute shell of a man.
Oh, pretty much.
It's all right. We'll get through it. I've
Yeah.
got this foot here.
Well,
How sick are these
Food
props,
for emotional
Bardo?
support.
I was just thinking that. I really
Yeah,
like the
man.
receipt.
Oh, there's the receipt there. I didn't even mean to do that.
that just adds to fuck all.
fucking witch's hat keeps falling off.
What the fuck are we drinking today?
We have the Cat's Whiskers from Blaster Brewing in Burswood. So
Matter isn't a fucking wanker like us, so what do you reckon of this?
It's not bad, actually. It's actually not that bad.
Yeah,
thought it was
pretty
gonna be way
good,
worse.
isn't it?
we actually bought.
I can't taste the strawberry in it at all, but...
Do you
Nah.
do you hate craft beers?
No, I don't hate it. I just don't really drink that
He
much.
started the Hate Craft Beer Facebook page.
Oh, really?
Fuck yeah, all me. No,
Hey.
there's nothing better than a VB, boys. I reckon you're fucking up here.
I do like.
As
VB.
far
I
as
do.
budget
Like, I
goes,
still
yeah.
like V. Out of all the fucking piss beers, VB is
That's what they are.
definitely the best.
VB's good. But
It's good for
I
a
don't
shit
know
beer.
if VB's good.
Oh, mate,
I'm
here
not
we
going that
go.
far.
I still like sports as well.
Hold on. Oh,
Debate.
exports.
I thought you were just saying you like sports, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a fucking
No, I'm
lie.
not
I
a
like
fucking
basketball.
idiot.
Well, that's debatable. All right.
I mean, exports.
Cancelled. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking probably tell everyone about what happened with the tour, Jordan.
Cancelled.
Yeah,
Fucking
I'm
too
supposed to
soon.
be. I'm supposed to be in the States at the moment instead of fucking hanging out with
Cancelled.
these degenerates. Yeah, visas took too long. Cheers. I'm still here. Fucking Bob's your uncle.
I like the depression in your voice, and yeah.
What do you
so-
mean? I'm fine.
Yeah, you were meant to be playing shows right now, so
Yeah, I think today was supposed to be the first show. We were doing a headliner in St. Louis.
Cancelled.
So, yeah, I mean, it might be a good thing. All that gear probably would have got stolen, but whatever.
Wait,
You coulda got
By
shot.
the way, this is actually a good story. So there's I don't want to fucking name the venue, but it was called Foo Bar in St. Louis. And yeah, that's Foo Bar in St. Louis.
Foo Bar.
Apparently they
address
had like
117.
yeah.
Washington
So
Avenue.
apparently the old promoters used to run a racket of like, and they used to get people to steal like vans and trailers and shit. So bands that would come into town, they'd fucking obviously like be playing at Foo Bar, and then they'd get some cunts to like come and steal the van and shit,
You
and steal
joking?
all their fucking shit.
Really?
Yeah. But apparently they got caught and they're all in jail now.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah, so they've got new guys there. So anyone that does play at Fubar, you're sweet.
I reckon
Don't
it's
worry.
pretty good because
Did you-
musicians make heaps of money. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
obviously, I mean,
Still
I'm
reckon.
loaded. I don't know about you, cunts. I'm loaded.
I got vans to spare, man. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
I mean, loaded on drugs and alcohol.
Did you guys play at Fubar?
Panadol.
Yeah.
Did you guys play at Fubar? Did you like
We
experience?
I don't
anything
think
like
we
that, or-
played at Fubar. We played at some other shady place in St. Louis. Actually, the last time we were there, one of my mates, we were out the front of the venue, and this dude gets out of a car, comes up, and just fucking slaps the fuck out of my mate. And I was like,
Jesus.
I'm there like thinking, is that actually like, are they friends? No, they're not friends. So I fucking start chasing after this cunt. And I threw, like, he ran and jumped into this car, had a lit cigarette, and I threw it in the car, and they fucked off.
What was it? Why? Why did he do it? What was that all
Just
about?
obviously someone like had dared him to do it or something.
Oh.
And he just got out, fucking slapped my mate, and then, fucked off. I was like, you fucking coward.
Yeah, he should have ran down, pulled his pants down.
That
and
hell
played
sounds
with
like
his
something
willy.
that you would do, though.
What?
You would, if I was like, oh, you fucking go slap that dude, you'd be like, all right, watch me do it.
What? No, I wouldn't. No way. He's hell sour because he took over my position in Saviour. And he's still held dodgy at me, so he's destroying my character.
What did you
Fuck off,
Assassinate.
Matter.
Weren't you like on this podcast before you were like a part of this podcast?
He was.
So you basically,
Yeah, I was a guest.
Yeah. How good is it just like walking into something that's like already built?
Yeah, it's good.
no, you see where I'm coming from.
Everything I've been a part of so far in my life has actually been that
Yeah,
way,
that's
and
right.
it's fucking delightful.
Way easier, right? Way easier.
Who were
It's
you
sick.
playing with before Saviour?
Played first band was Still on the Shores.
Yeah.
Basically
no
like
shit.
Parkway Drive fucking version.
Yeah, I remember that.
210.
Yeah.
And then
Stormies.
I did like a little bit with Tyler's with This Existence.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right,
that's
yeah.
Yeah. And
I
then,
think they might be making a comeback, actually.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Mm.
That'd be sick. And then
He's like, that's
Um,
what I heard, but he's actually the drummer. He's like, I'm hearing shit, but
Whispers on the wind.
I did get asked.
Oh,
Just reply. Nah, he was like, "Oh, Jamie's gonna come back and like play drums, but if Jamie doesn't do it, do you want to do it?" I was like, "Fucking."
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
second option,
Right.
cunt. What do you mean? But yeah, I'll do it.
you're
I'll
the
do it.
reheated leftovers.
It's all
Fuck
I've
off,
ever been.
cunt.
Eh? It's all I've ever been. Cool with it. Nah, and then I played in I'm Zero.
You
with-
bubble and
with-
squeak, eh?
When Saviour broke
That's
up
right,
the first
yeah.
time I played in I'm Zero with
I'm
Brian.
Zero.
Yeah.
yeah. The
But
guys from
that
Mark
actually,
as well.
Yeah. Had like
Yeah,
Bari
Michael
and
Matta,
Urban.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Zero actually like got set off pretty good, eh?
Yeah, but it was 100% just because you had Brian there, and then Unified just like put the tick on it.
Yeah.
That fucking helps.
Of course.
What even happened to that?
Well, like we were just, it was temporal or whatever you call them, and then the vocalist left, and like the Santoro brothers left, and then Bryant, Bari ended up sending Bryant a track and was like, "What do you reckon of this?" And then Bryant just sent him back the track with like vocals on it, and was like, "Yeah, it's hell cool, eh? Like I put vocals over it," and then just all of a sudden there was like a band.
Well,
Yeah.
and then were you in the band?
No, the night before they were going in to track drums, they called me and they were like, "We don't have a drummer. Do you want to track drums for these 2 songs?" And sent me the 2 songs, and I was literally laying on the couch. I was like, "Yeah, fuck, all right."
Why
So
the
like,
fuck didn't I get the call?
ha?
See, taking all my jobs.
No.
You
They-
come here, you take our jobs.
Did you get asked to be in This Existence either?
Nah, fuck no.
Oh man,
I know.
conflict.
Dog cunt.
Here we go. Let's get Tyler on the podcast. and
I
fucking
honestly
ruin it.
reckon though, if I joined another band, I would have no hair and I'd be stressed as fuck and probably.
What do you mean, mate? Band life is the most the least stressful thing ever.
I don't know if
It's
you're
easy
joking
as.
or not.
I love it so much.
Oh, he's
It's so
joking. He's
easy.
joking.
Yeah, you never have disagreements with anyone or
No,
opposing
no, it's
views
actually
or-
like
Nah.
almost a stress-free job.
Cheap as well.
Yeah,
Cheap,
really cheap,
profitable.
So cheap.
very profitable.
Oh man.
I'm living the dream. Be in a band, it's fucking awesome. Nah, it's actually alright. Oh yeah, so we didn't even say it. This is the Halloween episode.
Yeah, I think it's spooky as fuck. Listen, right?
Pretty spooky. Yeah.
We've got
I'm
fucking.
spooked as fuck. Yeah. Nah, seriously, I can't wait to get ramen after this.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
can
man.
you say what you fucking need to say? So I can fuck off.
Let's
Imagine-
wrap it up.
Imagine the fucking shits you're gonna be having this
Dude,
afternoon.
I've already gotten rid of everything that's in my body this morning. Like,
Fill it with ramen.
I need to, yeah.
Dude, that spicy ramen, I tell you, not the next day, you will shit so hard with
That's
stomach
sick, though.
cramps.
I love that.
Proper cramps from the
With
hot
stomach
broth.
cramps.
Yeah, that's my favourite thing. Like on a Sunday, there is nothing better than getting home after a big night, having a little sleep, and then doing the biggest steamer on your own toilet. Like just locking that door on the shitter, and I like close my eyes and just go, "We're here, boys.
We made it.
We made it." And
Dude,
I look at the toilet, stare in its eyes, and go, "It's me and you."
Do you
Man.
feel camaraderie, or do you feel like you're going to battle with the toilet?
Like at first, yeah, probably more going to battle, but we
Yeah.
like make up at the end, you know,
yeah.
like when the fresh water rinses out your shit.
You like high five by pressing the flusher.
Yeah.
You're like, my man.
Man, I barely made it through the door last night. We had to like
Dude, it was
speed.
so funny.
We had to speed up. I was like, "Cunt, let's move it because I need to shit myself." Made it just in the door. I woke Laura up too. I was
Dude, I honestly reckon if like I could have shat last night, but I would have Elvis Presley'd it for sure. I would have.
Shut all your organs out.
Well, hold on. I actually don't know the story. I just said that because I thought it'd be funny.
I
But
know
what
he-
actually happened to Elvis?
I just think he
Did
had
he
a heart
die?
attack.
Well, he
didn't
died in the toilet.
He
don't
died
you?
on- yeah.
I heard he was shooting up.
Oh,
what I
really?
heard. That's what I heard.
That makes sense,
Yeah.
actually.
I mean, it seems like a way more logical reason to die in the toilet.
Yeah.
I thought his arteries just collapsed from eating too many like deep fried banana sandwiches or whatever the fuck.
What?
Yeah.
That actually sounds
He would,
delicious.
That is so wild.
You know, Varsity? Varsity, you've got that Presley burger that's like banana, peanut butter, fried chicken.
What
all
did
this,
he actually eat?
Wow.
That
And
shit?
that was his diet. Yeah.
What was it?
Apparently, we get a whole loaf of bread, hollow it out, fill it with bananas and peanut butter, deep fry it, and then eat it,
That's
and
fucking
then
sick.
die
Wow.
immediately. I guess.
That's so sick.
Holy
Yeah.
How'd
shit.
you be, but how's that your legacy? Like, you're this fucking hell good singer doing heaps of like hip moves and stuff. Chicks
Yeah.
love you, and then you just die on the toilet.
yeah.
Mate, who's
That's it.
this
That's
mo-
how it ends. Like,
Yeah.
how does this end? You're dead on the toilet, bro.
Did he
Who's
die
more-
in his prime though?
No,
He
I
was
think
pretty
he was on
old.
his way out. He's
Right.
in his 50s.
I was old for
early-
that time anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, who
Yeah,
had a-
50's pretty old. I hope I'm dead by then.
When
Wait,
did he
well,
die?
you're
When did he
doing
die?
all the
What year
right-
did he die?
You're doing all the right things.
Oh,
He died in like the 50s and 60s, eh?
yeah, that sounds about
Yeah.
right. Because I always think Elvis
it
was
right?
like the early.
Probably.
Say we're wrong.
yeah, nah, fuck.
Facts.
Bro, he died like last year.
He's still
Died the
alive.
year after MJ. Yeah, it could be worse.
Died
like
with MJ.
they were shooting each other up on the toilet.
MJ thought he was a child.
There's
Is
child
that
with
enough?
mutton
Is
chops.
that enough for me to get
Right.
cancelled? Cancel. Nah, seriously. Have you guys seen that MJ doco? Have we talked about this
I
already?
think we did talk about
Have
it.
you seen it, Matta?
yeah.
What do you reckon?
Man, I love MJ. I don't want to
I
believe
know,
it, eh?
dude. That's how I.
It's the fucking king of pop, man.
I know. That's how I thought.
King of kids as well.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't want to believe it, but it's
I
pretty
know.
sketchy, eh?
Yeah. Man, how could you not? How could you not believe it?
It's like, how could I not what?
I-
Well, no,
If you got invited,
I'm not even gonna say it. No, but yeah, it's full on, man. I was like deeply upset watching that. Hey?
What is it on Netflix?
Is
Was
it?
No, I saw it on like Foxtel.
Oh,
I'm
no
pretty
shit.
sure.
I think I saw it on
Yeah.
just normal TV. What's it called?
I
Oh,
think
it
it is
could have
on
been actually,
Foxtel
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I think I've
It's-
only
no,
heard Dave
Netflix.
Chappelle talk.
How's he had that little
Yeah.
fucking, had that little
Yeah.
back, that random back room? It was like a panic room, but it was just like a back room with just like playthings and a bed in there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking
Fucking
weird,
scary.
man.
And
It
he
was
used to
so
lock the
weird.
door as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Like he would lock the door when he took the key. I can see you want to say something so bad right now. What do you want to say? Cancel.
Fuck, this thing's already putting in work, man. What a good
Yeah.
investment.
It is fucking sick.
Wait, who had a more embarrassing death, Hutchins or fucking Elvis? Dying on the toilet or dying with a noose around your
Yeah,
neck
no
jerking
shit.
off? Whose was more embarrassing? What would you how would you rather be found?
Definitely on the shitter.
Definitely on the shitter. Right?
Yeah.
What about
100%.
on the shitter?
I just don't know what his posse was when they found him. He's like slumped over.
Yeah.
He's got his hand on his dick.
Hold on. What's a more pleasurable way to die? Having a shit or having a wank?
Or heroin?
They reckon
Heroin
heroin
shit.
is pretty good, eh?
Heroin
Yeah,
shit.
heroin
Was
shit.
he on?
I love a good poo.
Was Michael Hutchins on heroin while he was jerking off with the?
I think
noose
he
around his
did
neck?
get into the hammer, didn't he?
Okay, well, yeah, sure.
Did
right.
get into the hammer. He was a nail.
There was
Hammering those arteries. eh?
there was a
That's sick.
dude. Fuck, who was it? It was an actor, like an actor who was kind of getting on in years, but they found him in his hotel room, like in the closet with a noose around his neck. But then, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a tragedy. He committed suicide."
Yeah.
But then, like a
I
maid
can't
came
take you
out, was
seriously
like,
with that knife.
"Respect me, all right?"
Sorry, please
He
continue.
walks in and finds him. He's like, "Ah, it's a tragedy," with the knife to his head.
They're doing the press conference, and he's like,
You're just that guy.
fuck. But then, like, some maid came out or something and was like, "Oh no, he was like jerking off with a noose around his neck," and it's like, which would you prefer?
Yeah.
Would you prefer it's like, oh no, it's a tragedy, he took his own life, or he just had an accident while jerking off and died? What's better in that
But
situation?
why? Who's doing that? Like, why do you put that much time and effort into jerking off? You can just smash out a wank.
That's
get
a
it
dude that
done.
loves a wank. Hey?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
way too
yeah,
much.
for
He's like, How
sure.
can I make this better? Like,
No,
me and my body been getting real personal.
Yeah.
get a fucking hobby, eh? Like, honestly, when wanking's your hobby.
You know on South
Wank.
Park? You know on South Park where Randy Marsh is like, he's taking porn to the next level. He's like looking up like bestiality and shit to get himself off because nothing does.
What's that episode where they like lose internet and everyone gets like 30
Yeah,
seconds?
that's the
and
one. That's the one. Yeah, and he
Fuck.
just like, if guy walks in the room, just fucking spunk everywhere. Like, oh,
It's so good.
I love Randy. Yeah.
Wait.
Best character on South Park. No, is it Randy?
Yeah, Randy
is the-
Randy is the best character
When he
on that
gets
show.
like testicular cancer, so he gets
Yeah,
free
Buffalo
weight.
Soldier.
That
He's
is
like bouncing on his
bouncing
nuts.
on his nuts.
He's got his nuts in the fucking wheelbarrow, wheeling them around.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I
It
love
is
that
so good.
Netflix now has got like a greatest of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
episode
yeah.
playlist. It's
Did see
been
that.
great.
They said
It's
they've
been a
got
good
all the
couple weeks.
episodes on there, but there's only like 6 seasons, and they're like
Yeah.
6 scattered seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Isn't there going to be a new South Park?
There's a new
Surely.
There's
Oh,
a new
wait, no, it's
season
already
out
started.
right now.
Yeah, how's that?
Season 23,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
bloody, what's that band?
Yeah,
Dying
there's that
Fetus are
episode,
on it,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's like,
it's a good
It's
song
like,
too.
It's like Stan, Butters, Jimmy, and fuck. Who's the
can't
other one?
remember who the other
There's
one
4 of
is.
them. They start a band. They're just like, yeah, hi. Like they're playing like a like a battle of the bands, like for their school or whatever. And
Yeah.
They go up on stage, and the mum's just like, oh, they look so cute, and they start playing, and it's a Dying Fetus song.
Yeah,
Stan
yeah.
just like grows. a
So
fringe and
good,
shit.
eh?
It's so
So good.
Oh man, has
Good
anyone
time.
seen? Speaking of South Park, anyone seen Book of Mormon?
No,
No.
you went the
Appeal
other
to
day,
anyone?
didn't
Yeah.
you?
Oh,
Was it
how
good?
was it?
It,
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was expecting South Park because it's like written by the,
Yeah, yeah,
the
of
dude,
course.
right? And it
Yeah.
just wasn't. It just
Really?
like a lot of the jokes were like way too safe.
Oh,
would say-
I don't like that.
Like not like there was a couple of edgy like because like part of the stories they go to Uganda. There's a couple of like child soldier AIDS jokes that I was like, okay, that's pretty dark. I'm into it. But then
Yeah.
the rest of it was just like kind of lame jokes that a lot of the middle-aged people in the crowd were getting into. But
Right.
yeah,
I
it
think that was
fine.
the
That's
that
probably
was
the first
definitely
bad
the
review I've
diamond.
heard.
Yeah,
really?
no shit. Yeah.
Everyone that I've spoken to reckons it's sick.
In the minority then,
Yeah,
guys.
dickhead.
Guy with
Kill
a knife in his
myself.
head.
Yeah, this fucking guy again.
Yeah.
No, it was good. I think my expectations are too high. Is the thing? I
Right.
think it's worth seeing.
Do you
but-
reckon they focus too much on like the production of it rather than the content and like the comedy side of it, or what?
They kind of, I think, because it's a musical, they've got to obviously tone down a lot of the comedy.
of course.
But then it's like, in comparison with a lot of other musicals, like the music is pretty good and it's pretty funny, but it kind of doesn't go hard enough in either direction.
Right, right.
In my opinion.
I
Going into a
did
really
wanna watch
in-depth
it.
review now, but fuck it.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
it was.
cool.
It's worth seeing. 6
Okay.
out of 10.
Boys,
'cause-
I gotta point something out real quick.
Here we go.
It's still October. Sam's doing sober October apparently.
he literally came in with a can of Coke.
Yeah.
We're like, that's
Was-
not happening.
Yeah.
I had big dreams of staying sober. I brought coffee. I brought a Diet Coke, and
Yeah.
look at me now. It was the strawberries and cream that tipped me over the edge, to be honest. That just...
It's a nice one, eh? I had one
Yeah.
last night, cause like, oh fuck, I was fuck-eyed, and like I had one last night. I just didn't even taste it because I was so fucking blind. So like,
You know,
I
it's
feel
good.
like today is the first time I'm tasting it. Eh?
Yeah, you know it's good when you're blind. It goes down that way.
Oh yeah, man. I actually, for some reason, I thought it was like hell heavier on the percentage. Eh?
Yeah, they're not that. What they're like 4.5.
It still tastes pretty
1.4.
pretty fucking good though.
Yeah,
Wait, what
man.
percentage is it?
It's like
4.7.
4.7.
Oh, so it's a Great Northern. So here you were
fuck's
talking
sake.
shit
Oh.
before, and it's literally exactly the same.
Do you actually drink Great
Nah,
Northern?
nah, but I love fishing.
Oh yeah, of course.
I like the Great Northern.
Dude, Great Northern is probably the worst fucking beer in the world,
don't
and
think
that
I've ever
brewery
tried
needs
one.
to fuck off. Close
Shout
down.
out to Great Northern.
Fucking put all that shit in the fucking gutter.
I
and
feel like
fuck off.
it's
Push the
it's-
brewery into the sea.
It's
Yeah, then
so
Jake will
shit.
be drinking it.
Oh,
Push it
fuck.
into the river. It'll be. I feel like it's the new Ted's, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
It's
fuck.
the new Ted, and it's,
It's
mid
worse
Didn't
than
need a new
Ted's, man.
Ted's.
It is worse.
Well,
than
it's
Ted's.
mid. Why the fuck is everyone drinking?
Is it a
mid
midi?
Yeah, it's a mid.
Oh, it's disgusting. That's such a waste of like space in your belly.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah,
That
They
I-
just bloat you.
yeah, yeah.
And you're like,
Especially drinking beers. Beers
Boring.
get hard enough to drink as it is. What the fuck are you doing drinking mid-strength?
yeah,
I
I know.
never understand why people drink non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, that's a hell weird thing. See, there's like a Heineken ad that's come out, and it's like some chicks like at work drinking a beer, and everyone at work's like, "Oh, what's she doing?" She's like, "It's non-alcoholic." Just like, you're a
Still-
fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Still
it tastes
fire her,
like
though.
dog shit.
Why are you doing that?
She just gets rugby tackled.
You just fly through the window, and then it's just an ad for the death penalty.
Now sponsored by Great Northern.
Through the window.
Just fly through the window and hook her up to an alcohol IV.
She puts down a non-alcoholic beer and starts shooting heroin.
You
You can choose
Yeah.
one or the other.
That's too
You
good.
can remain sober, but still use opiate products.
Low in calories.
Yeah,
All that good
low in
shit.
calories.
This
Take
is-
some weight off your brain.
At work the other day, they did drug testing. Like it's a government job, and
You would have
but
been fine though, wouldn't you, Josh?
The funny thing is,
Good
they
Christian
did
boy.
it Monday. They did it Monday, and they did it Thursday. Luckily, I was Thursday. Well, then I got picked. But
Why
like,
though?
um,
Why?
I had a headache, and I'd taken a lot of Nurofen.
Ah, yes.
Heroin. I'm a heroin addict. I'm actually using right now.
Couldn't you just say
No,
for
but-
one of your multiple shoulder reconstructions that
Yeah.
you need,
Yeah.
I need
No
my
shit.
heroin. Fucking.
this is
Give me
prescription
the
heroin.
black tar.
And then the only people that got done were the two building supervisors,
really?
and just got fucked straight off from site. And they had
What they
to bring,
got done for?
one of them. It was for sure a crackhead.
Yeah.
You get there on a Monday morning. It's like,
He's just building it by himself.
yeah. He's been there over the
Job's
weekend,
done.
laying bricks. Your one-arm bricklayer
Puts
in
a
Baghdad.
fucking brick up and then does a push-up.
They're just bricks of heroin. Oh, wow.
Just chipping
love
it
this
out of the
building.
wall. That's why when I became an addict on that job, just chipping it black tar from the wall, though, straight to the veins.
It's good that they don't need a drug test you. They can just subscribe to your podcast.
Yeah,
Get all
exactly.
the updates.
Yeah. What did the other guy get done for?
Pissed. He was pissed. But yeah,
Fuck off.
yeah, he blew
He was
numbers.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So did he have a big
Like
Sunday?
first thing in the morning, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
You have
like
to drink
about
quite
8
a bit
o'clock.
to do that, eh?
Yeah.
If you've had a sleep.
Well, Cello was saying he had up at that
10 beers,
side
yeah.
10 beers, and
And he was
didn't,
sweet.
didn't blow numbers the next
And
day.
they
so,
start
yeah.
work at 5:30 in the
Yeah, they
morning.
drinking middies
Yeah.
up there, but
Nah,
Nah.
full strength. So he had 10, and he was sweet for work.
Good man.
Yeah, I know. He is fucking. Fuck, he's a hot cunt, eh?
Yeah, he's a hot slut.
Oh,
Strapping young lad.
Oh, you should see him, Matta. He's like a statue, eh?
Fuck yeah.
He's
Probably
he's
has a
chiseled
weapon of
from
a penis
Colombian
too.
stone. Eh?
Yeah.
Chiseled from Colombian
Yeah.
cocaine.
We're actually going to get Charlo on the podcast at some point.
I
Well,
bet he's come up more
What's
than
his
any
name?
other subject
Charlo?
has.
Yeah,
Charlo.
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 Yeah.
Wait, man,
His name's
what a name.
Charlo Pinto Gonzalez, I think. I
Fuck
think that's
yeah.
his full name.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
it is.
everyone at work called him Jay because everyone's stupid.
Jay.
Yeah, they call him Jay.
That's not
I
even
don't-
in the same area of the alphabet.
I have no idea why.
Yeah.
What's your name? Fucking Beatrice, Gertrude.
They're just having a full pun, hey?
Yeah. Fucking idiots.
wait,
CPG.
I was the only one that called him Charlo.
every
That's
year
what
on his
fucking
birthday, he does it like because all his friends back in Colombia. One year I posted like happy birthday and just had this massive. It was like a picture, just a massive line of cocaine that was like 10 k's long, and then all his friends got so triggered back
Really?
in Colombia. They're like, "We're not like that. Well, is that what people think of us?" Nah, every year everyone does it. Just smashes cocaine memes on his fucking page.
Yeah.
That's so good.
He does it to himself.
Uh,
He loves it, man. He loves
yeah,
those jokes.
he'll message me and be like, "Oh man, everyone back home's going ape shit right now." Mate." So satisfying.
Yeah, he loves it.
Colombia triggered.
Cancel.
Cancel. Cancel.
So, Matta, what's Saviour got coming up?
Getting
You
it
got
out.
some shows.
Yeah, we do have some shows.
Who
What
gives
have
a
you
We're
got
fuck?
new
not
music?
leave next weekend. Next Thursday I leave. Got like an AMPN show in Sydney, which is like a last.
Is that a
night
new
show, I
event?
guess.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
it's at the Burdekin.
Where
I don't know
the
if you ever
fuck
played
is
that.
that?
That's some fucking dog hole in Sydney.
What else?
What do you mean, the
what
whole
is-
city?
Oh, man, my man, I fucking hate.
I
Sydney, mate.
actually really like
I
Sydney.
hate that.
Bro, we've shredded Sydney so
Yeah,
many
Sydney's
times
taken
now.
a fucking
that place
beating
can
on
get
this
hit by a
podcast.
fucking nuke and just break the fuck away from the rest
Yeah.
of the country. eh?
I was
Build a wall,
telling
get
Marie.
Trump down
Yeah, I was
here.
telling.
Shit.
I was
It'll be a
telling
way
Marie-
smaller wall.
Yeah, I was telling Marie like she'd cut like New South Wales off, fuck that off to where New Zealand is, and then just replace
Yeah,
it with New
bring
Zealand.
NZ
Bring
in,
New
yeah.
Zealand in. That'd be
way
sick.
better. Yeah, I fucking hate Sydney, man. That place sucks. Trying to drive in that city is like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
roads are just like not designed for how big that city
No,
is.
it's not.
No,
I
hell
lived
no.
there, man, and it was
Yeah.
fucking. And the tolls, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
it's a
I used to.
ton,
I was living in Manly, and I used to have to. I was working in like Coogee, like up past. What's the big Bondi? And I'd have to go
Fucking
through
Bondi.
the fucking tunnel every day, and it was
Yeah.
like $7 each way.
Yeah, it's
Fuck,
fucked.
really?
It's like half your
Madness.
wage a week just to
And then like if you miss like some turnoffs, they've got like fucking those concreted like curbs in between lanes.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
like if you
Yeah.
miss a lane, then you're like stuck in a lane, and you got to go back through like 3 tolls to get back to
Oh,
where you
it's
want
a
to
yeah,
go.
fucking
you just
nightmare,
end up
man.
in
Yeah.
that orange in New South Wales
Yeah.
or some fucking butt fuck town. You're like,
Yeah.
ah.
You just keep hearing your little toll thing going like ting ting ting. It just makes you even more madder. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck this.
Your
Like,
car's just got a dildo that rams up your ass every time.
Yeah. Worst. Worst.
fuck.
Yeah,
And
I'd-
it's so far. Like usually, like tour routing usually goes like Sydney to Brisbane or
No,
yeah,
you
or
usually
Brisbane
go
to
Brizzy, Sydney, right?
and it's the fucking longest drive. So
Yeah.
you're never really in a good mood anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you realise you're in Sydney and you're like,
yeah. Well, this one we've got to go from Melbourne to Sydney, then drive back to Melbourne, chill for like a few days, and got to drive from Melbourne to Brizzy, and then
What?
and then Brizzy back to Melbourne because we have a show on the Thursday night
What the fuck?
in Brisbane, and then we have a show on the Saturday night
that
in
sounds horrific.
Who organised
fucked
that?
up.
eh?
Melbourne. Well, we had the 2 shows. We had like the 2 AM PM shows, which were on separate weekends, and then we're like, oh, we should do a show in Brisbane, like just to make some extra money or whatever. And then as soon as we booked it, we were like, fucking idiots.
Oh,
We booked it like in the
that's
middle of the
fucked.
week, and we're like, man, we're just gonna be like driving for the whole time I'm over there. It's just
Yeah,
gonna be, like, basically
yeah.
driving.
Fucking
So
hell.
that's a
That's
shit drive
cooked.
too, Melbourne to Brizzy, and then straight back.
That's huge, man.
Yeah.
What's that like?
17.
20?
Last tour we did it with you guys. I did it in 17 hours.
I
Straight.
flew.
I didn't stop.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
sick. How long that take you? A couple of hours, mate. Got a good sleep. Got
Fine.
Yeah, I
5
got a
minutes.
really nice sleep. I got up, had a shower. Me and Booker went to the airport. Wasn't even an early flight either. It was a
Had
nice
900
chill, late
900
morning
shits.
start. It was fucking beautiful.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I got to Brisbane in about 45 an hour, something like that. It was
Crazy.
nice. Yeah. You have hell nice teeth, eh? I've
Do
just
I?
noticed that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
We've been
hell's-
friends for that long.
The
Yeah.
hell's
Yeah, I
straight,
don't know
Yeah,
man.
why.
my mum paid for him. She bought him for me. We like went to the shop and picked him out. And everything.
Really?
Yeah,
He's got a good eye.
Yeah. Some dentist just like uppercutted him into my head. Fuck yeah,
My
she
mum
was
picked mine out, and then they got jumbled up when they were trying to put them in. And I was like, what the fuck have you done here?
actually amazing. I think this one goes here.
Yeah, actually, the guy that was putting them in was like this, just cross-eyed. One of his eyes is looking at the soda machine in the
Sitting
corner.
on a toilet with a rope around his neck.
Is Michael Hutchins my dentist?
Nah, I did all my dental work in Thailand. Just paid $15 on the street for it. It was great.
Yeah.
And the results speak for themselves.
He's
I
got
don't
a
even
mouthful
know.
of bolts now.
They're all wooden teeth. Yeah.
The bottom ones are nuts, and like they get caught, and you're like, oh no, I can't
Go
come.
unscrew 'em.
Fuck.
I know, I was talking like testicles. They just bounce off. Doing, doing. Imagine if your teeth were fucking nuts, like actual bouncy testes. Doing, doing.
Useless set of teeth ever.
Bro, I think I
It hurts every time you fucking chew. It's like crippling pain. Like,
Just gonna suck your food until it disintegrates and then.
Bro, I
Oh,
sneezed
man.
so hard the other day. I thought I almost blew my balls out my nose. Fucking hell. I don't know what it is.
That's a big sneeze, man. They gotta come
Dude,
back up.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about when I sneeze and everyone always fucking looks at me.
Hey,
But
me too.
it like canes the back of my throat. It's like a painful experience, and I just sit there, just like snot everywhere, and I'm like, ugh, like I've just been molested. I'm like, ugh.
That is so good.
Do you sneeze? This is a weird question. Do you sneeze out of your mouth or out of your nose?
Out of my nose, but you got to have the mouth open a little bit to
Yeah,
relieve
right.
the pressure.
Yeah.
But since I had a septoplasty done, where they cut all because my nose had been broken, they cut all the cartilage out. So my nose is like a fucking wind tunnel now. So since I had that done, you can get this like vibrating, like it's like too open now, and it'll be like like your nose.
So good.
God damn.
I need to grab some more beers.
Yeah,
Apparently, if you sneeze and keep your eyes open, your eyes will pop out of your head.
Yeah.
I want to try
I've
it.
read that.
Like,
Yeah.
just to see.
Hey, we
But
see
no,
we see
fuck
you
up.
next time, and you
Yeah.
crumb that guy for Real Monsters. You're just holding your fucking eyes up here. Oh well, he did it.
Yeah.
What a reference, man. God damn.
Yeah.
Real monsters.
How good was that?
That was a
show?
good show.
Sick show.
I went to Crumb as for a dress-up party once.
Did you?
Yeah, it's fucking
How?
sick.
How did you do
I
it?
just made the costume.
Just like
Did
eyeballs.
you hold your arms up the whole fucking
Oh,
time?
for not long, man. I walked in like this, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm done."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, dude, there's this
Grand
guy in like India or something, and he'd held his arm up for like 30 years or something, and his arm was deformed and fucked because obviously doesn't get blood.
What
but he'd
the
held it up above his head like this for 30 years.
Why?
Some like test of endurance, some bullshit that people like that do. And it's like, that's cool, but now your arm's fucked forever.
no
you
shit.
you literally look like the guy of Scary Movies. Like,
Is that the,
strong
was
hand.
was that the Indian dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was on An Idiot Abroad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
was.
And
And,
he,
he's
like-
at that festival and they're like kicking each other in the nuts and shit. They're like, there's like guys standing there and they're like booting each other in the nuts and going to absolute town.
Yeah, I love that show. Man.
After say a month, it's endurance. You've done it.
Yeah,
The jobs
Yeah,
are
that's it.
after
How much
that.
longer do you have to do
That's
it at?
just what your life is now.
How many
and
years did
Wait.
you do it for?
Josh
30
reckons
or
30.
something. Wait,
Fuck
not
me,
all
man.
heroes wear capes though.
Nah.
guys. Some of them have demented arms above
Did he
their-
talk as well, or was he like?
Did he talk
Like
as
a-
well?
No, no,
Nope, the
He's
man did
not
no,
not
because
talk.
he doesn't
Really
talk in
focused
the
everything
interview.
into the
Like he doesn't talk, does he?
No,
Just a
nah.
sign
I can't
language.
remember. And then there's that guy that like wraps his like dick around his whole body. and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, yeah,
he's
and
got,
hangs
like, a hell
weights off his
stretchy
balls.
dick.
It's like a festival, and they all go there and like hang weights off their
Yeah, that's
balls and
right,
get
yeah.
kicked in the nuts. And it's like, you know what you could also do? You could not go to that festival and not even host it. It's pointless. And how good is having nuts that aren't being kicked?
Dude,
Yeah.
gravity is gonna do that to your nuts anyway. if you give it long enough.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
you don't need to help it along in any way.
Saggy old ball. Do you know how like your ears and your nose keeps growing throughout
Yeah,
your
apparently
whole...
that's the thing, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your balls?
Man,
Mine
I'm gonna have
has
a
to keep
massive
sag.
nose by the time I'm old, eh?
Oh,
Like, it's
same,
gonna
yeah.
be fucked.
It's the wog nose.
Hell
yeah.
brown.
Yeah, just
Hell-
like has its own postcode. It's just like 69. Fuck off.
Because it's like because you work outside as well. It's just going to be hell brown and like red all the time, like ready brown.
Because you hell work out your nose as well. I was like, yeah, it's got like its own.
Oh yeah.
It's that red.
Well, that
curls.
works too.
It's that red and big. We'll see you at Christmas time in the sky dragging Father Christmas's sleigh around. Oh, Matta! Give me my presents, you cunt!
Blowing him out of my nose. Just
Blowing
bags
baggies.
of yeah.
Jordan's up.
Nah.
Trying to catch him in your
Fuck,
ass.
that was foolish.
While he's stand up wiping.
Oh yeah, we didn't actually. That wasn't actually on. Stand up wiping. How? We talked about it before. It's your butt cheeks squished together for sure, and you literally wind up with Hiroshima between your ass. Actually,
Only if you don't do it right.
Slav started calling me Hiroshima, right?
Why?
Because I suppose it's like Josh, and he's calling me Hiroshima.
Oh yeah. that works.
Okay.
It's a long walk to
I
get
know.
there, but
Yeah.
So yeah, I have questions.
Go on.
Just like
It makes no sense, man.
Yeah,
like,
it
your
doesn't-
ass must be so far peeled apart while you stand up for you to be able to do a stand up.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
because you
why-
can't get to the
Do you have
butthole.
to-
You
do
can't-
you have
That's why
stand
when
at
I
a
had a
certain
nug,
weight?
it fell straight into my shorts at work.
wasn't that a learning experience? Didn't that make you rethink your ways?
It did, yeah. But I also thought it was pretty funny. And it's
Yeah.
good content.
It
for
was
the
good
pod.
content,
So I'll keep standing up and smushing letting my cheeks kiss and smearing the little milkshake across my ass.
Wait, did you
Nah,
guys?
it's clean as fuck.
Did you guys see that fucking girl? Those two girls in that bed shop this week.
Yeah,
Like,
the like Eshe chicks or whatever. Where did that even come from? Where did that word come from? There's like Eshe and some other word. Like,
Oh no,
use
but
it for,
she
like-
was like, she legit looks like she was on meth, man. And she's like 10 years old.
And,
She's
um,
like,
Just a psycho little
and her
kid.
mouth, she looked like that chicken run thing, like motherfucker.
oh,
I look, her mouth, I just couldn't not notice it. I was like, what?
Oi.
She has like two teeth as well. She has,
where
like
the
two.
fuck were these cunts? And where was it?
It was in Sydney, of course.
Classic Sydney.
Wait,
Classic
Fuck,
Sydney.
they're
Nah,
gonna
I
track you
like
down while
Sydney.
you're there.
Sydney viewers are just checked out now. Make them suffer. Saviour shows cancelled in
That's
Sydney.
right.
I
Actually,
really
we
like.
sold out the Sydney show, so cheers, cunts.
Did we?
we'll take back those launch codes. You can stay for a little while longer.
Abort. Okay, you
Please
finished the
still
show.
come
Yeah.
to our shows.
Drop the nukes after Saviour's been in town.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing new music? Or
Yeah, we got a new album. Like, fucking, it is so close. Literally just waiting for like the final mixes to get back.
What's the style? Like old
It's
sort of
pretty
Saviour?
well like First Light.
Oh,
Like, way
cool.
more like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
You've
more.
heard it, hey?
Yeah, it's
That's why you
definitely
heard it.
more like. Yeah, it sounds pretty like.
It's still kind of got
back
like
to the roots,
because
almost.
it's still pretty like it's pretty heavy on Shantae obviously because she's in the band now full time. But
Yeah.
Shantae has such a sick voice.
I
Yeah, she's
man, I
great.
hell like it. It gives it such a good contrast.
Yeah, it's hell.
And I
good.
reckon like I don't really think we compare to like anyone else in the country. Do you know
Nah.
what I mean?
Nah, for sure.
I reckon Shantae is one of my favorite female vocalists
Yeah,
ever.
she's
Like her
fucking
voice
sick.
is, and in that Jaded song,
Yeah.
fuck,
It
it's
kills
so
it.
good, man.
Mm.
I remember the
How
first
good are
time.
the drums
Dude,
in that
that's
song?
so-
eh?
I don't know about the drummer.
Well,
That's pretty much how we wrote the whole new album. I just like took fucking
Just copy and
Yeah,
paste.
pretty
from
much.
first song. You can't see. He steals all my shit, bro. He's fucking.
say what's
He
That's
make them
how
so
they
took
do
a
it on the whole new
derb.
album, man.
took a derbs.
It's way easier that way, man. Way easier that way. Why
Nah,
would I
fair
put in
enough.
effort?
I'm fucking sick.
Wait, you're just waiting for him when the album gets released. Jordan's gonna call you up and be like, I really would have done this on that song.
Yeah.
Oh, hell on
Like,
royalties,
fuck off,
bruh.
cunt.
Give us 10%. You can use anything you want.
I probably should actually give you some money for something.
Nah, it's all right. I'll make heaps of money as a
How's
muso
when
anyway.
we
bro.
went on-
It's fine.
He like helped me get a hookup with Mapex, and then we went on
Oh,
a
I
tour
couldn't believe
together.
this. Couldn't
We
believe
went on a
this.
tour
eh?
together.
Oh, don't
and
talk about it. I'm
He's had a
fucking-
drum.
I'm out.
He had this drum kit, and in my head, I had to pick up a drum kit in Melbourne, like a Mapex one in Melbourne. In my head, I'm thinking like, oh man, it would be so funny if I get the better, like the newer Mapex.
Yeah.
And I've like picked it up from the shop, pulled it out of the box, just like burst out laughing. sent him photos. I was like, "Oh man, cheers for getting me this Mapex endorsement, but they obviously like me better than you because I got the better kit." And then
I
just
get the one from like the World War II, and he gets a fucking brand
Brand new.
spanker.
You got a couple
I was
Milo
like, you
tins,
are
eh?
It was like all the
shitting me.
support bands are playing like this super nice kit, and he's just got this dog hole.
Fucking hell.
It was funny as.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because
Your seat-
Mapex,
your
it still
seat didn't even
sounds
work.
sick. Shout out to Mapex.
Shout
But
out
yeah,
to
the
Mapex.
seat was
There it is.
fucked. They sort that out.
Man,
But in future, if me and if Jordan and the Make Them Suffers and Saviour tour together in the future, give Saviour the dog shit kit and give me the fucking good one, please. That's all I'm asking.
Mapex.
Hashtag Mapex. I love you guys.
I feel like being a drummer, that would be the shittest thing. Is you never get to play your own kit because like even playing someone else's guitar sucks.
That's what, man. This
Dude.
is my argument to all guitarists.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
always like, borrow a kit. Like, why can't you do this? I'm like, man, fucking, like, get a guitar and get like, someone's gonna play the guitar before like you go on, and like everything's set up differently. The bridge is set up, all the intonations
Yeah.
set up, and they're gonna hand you the guitar. You've got 20 minutes to set up, but you don't just plug that guitar in. You have to like literally pull everything back off that guitar
Yeah.
and like reset it up, even the pickups.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's what it's like. Like,
It's
you gotta
fucked.
go around, change all the fucking stand heights and stuff,
Yeah.
and like with drum, for me anyway, it's like minimal shit. Like I could have like the floor tom, like instead of being like that, it's like that, and I'll fiddle around with that for fucking
Oh, dude,
so
me
long
too.
until I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, now it's comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
OCD
Yeah.
drummers,
Yeah.
man.
It's fucked.
It's a thing.
And you got
Like,
20 minutes to set up fucking like a house.
Yeah.
And then-
Actually,
yeah,
the first
yeah.
time I ever used my kit, my home kit, for Make Them Suffer, was this year. I'd never used it before.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
for the
for
show.
that WA?
Yeah, for the
those
WA run we
That
did.
kit
It was the
is so
first
nice.
time I've ever used it.
I was actually hell surprised you had that there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just for hell wanted to use it, and I'm so glad I did. But yeah, I remember there was one tour I did with Amity, and like I had a kit sent out to every single show.
a
So
different
every
one.
time I had to build a kit from scratch, and
Yeah.
it was grueling.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
It
Man,
was
I like
fucking
even
grueling.
like I got a custom guitar built. And
I'm
now
like saying this like
playing-
hell complaining. Like
like your
people
last
would be
terrible.
so stoked to get a kit like sent to them for shows, and I'm just like hell bagging it out.
No,
Nah,
it's
it was
just
fucked.
the setup, but it's the
Yeah.
setup. The setup fucking kills you.
Sorry,
Yeah,
bro. keep going.
I got a custom guitar, and now playing that, going back to my other guitar. you
Ooh,
can't-
custom.
It's
It's custom. Oh, don't forget to mention
It's
it's
custard.
custom.
none of my other ones are. But I was saying,
go.
going back to the other one, it's hell. It's shit trying to play a nut because it just feels different.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
even your
yeah.
other ones, once you're used to
Yeah.
something that, it's crap. So I was just liking that. To being a drummer, it'd be a terrible time. But I use
Yeah.
the flogs anyway, so suck shit.
Oh, did you see that meme? It was like the reason there's holes in guitars is for so that the drummer they
What
put
the fuck was
food
that?
in there, food
Like
in there for the
dried meat and
drummer
cheese.
when he's done a good job.
I saw
So
you
fucking
post
good,
that.
eh?
Flicking blocks of cheese.
Yeah, it's
I'd
so
actually be
funny.
so into that.
Do you
I
actually
know.
like cheese?
Yeah, I love cheese.
Well,
I just fucking
okay,
hate
what-
fruit.
what
and
about
that's
food?
the
How
full
good are olives,
fucking
but?
thing.
what about
How good
Dude,
are
Oh,
olives?
can't.
Bro,
Oh, do you
olives
like
are the
olives,
best.
Sam?
Yes.
Olives is so good.
Dude, this is yeah.
the beef
Was it
against
you
olives?
that fuck put that thing up the
Yeah,
other
right.
day?
Just like put a handful of olives in my mouth.
Because I literally
He's
every
done the
week.
same thing to me. man.
Yeah, I saw you do it, and I was like, "What's the go with him and fucking olives?" And then I was like, sending it to him. He's like, "You fucking animal." I was like, "Oh, that's
fucking
that's
gross, man.
wog to you, sir."
Is it all olives? Or is it specifically?
Yeah, every
'cause-
single fucking one. eh?
Wait,
is it?
Well,
wait,
that's a
Matt,
broad range of olives. You
I
got,
got-
black olives, very palatable, but then Kalamata olives, little sharper.
Oh, man,
just
they're
none
all
of them.
Man, I got-
Yeah,
I got
they
these-
definitely
I got-
all taste like asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
Coles has these fucking
Yeah, but you
Chipotle-
stand up and wipe. Sorry, man. But
Yeah,
you
yeah,
stand
that-
up and wipe. So.
Fuck off. Excellent.
Wait, Coles has these Chipotle olives now, and
Yeah,
they are
fuck.
they're in the deli
Yes.
section. They got Chipotle chilies through them.
Why the
they're
fuck
hell
would
smoky.
you ruin a perfectly good Chipotle chili by
Jam it
fucking
into it.
molding this?
Hey,
It sounds pretty good to me.
turn his mic up.
Cancelled.
Cancel.
Are you offended?
Cancel.
Are you guys
Triggered.
triggered as shit?
Yeah, this is
Oh yeah, spooky.
this is racist against Josh's Italian heritage
And
and
Matta.
Matta's
Yeah.
Italian heritage.
Yeah.
They
They
had
racist to an Italian.
Yeah, I think we decided that like 2 episodes
Wait,
ago.
Yeah,
Italians and Scottish.
yeah, and Scottish. Yeah,
Hell
anything
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
you
right, yeah.
that you are. Yeah, basically, I just get offended over everything now. So
Yeah, it's a good way to go.
stop offending me, world. I think the world should change for me and do what I want
Yeah.
because I'm here and
That
I should
sounds
be
reasonable.
noticed and cared
Also,
about.
no other opinions, please.
Yeah, don't tell me your opinion because it's wrong.
I had this fucking argument with a person from work about like, you know, far left is like, they're like, you know, far left, that's the way you have to be, blah, blah, blah. That's basically where that argument was going. I was like, you realise that the more far to one side you go, the more closed-minded you are,
Yeah.
the more you're not going to listen to anyone. That's probably all I'm going to touch on it.
Yeah.
Let's move on, because this is fucking boring.
Man, I'm
Yeah,
so
no.
detached from that shit that I
Dude,
couldn't
I
even
know.
tell you what far left is and what far right is. I
How-
have
let's
no
get into
idea.
dude,
it.
I envy you, bro. That is fucking awesome.
Like one's on the
Yeah.
right, one's on the left. What? I don't get
Yeah,
it.
who
I like
gives
fully
a
don't get it.
fuck?
Do you see
They're
people like
both
beefing
idiots.
on the internet?
Oh
Just
yeah,
like,
but that shit
what
just
the
like scroll
fuck?
past
What's
and like
happening?
look for fucking dudes that stand up and wipe their ass and giggle at that.
Yeah,
It's so much better.
that's
I
the
know.
real
I
political issue
literally
of
just
our
keep
time.
scrolling.
I'm
Okay.
literally the far middle.
Wait, do you wipe from the?
Extreme center.
Are you a front wiper when you stand up?
Nah, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait.
'cause
do
you
you
How
wipe-
the fuck-
do
you need to be a
wipe front to
gymnast.
back? You wipe up your balls?
Nah.
Yeah, we talked about this before, getting
reckon he
chocolate
does,
dipped
eh?
balls. We talked about this on the podcast.
Shit back. So, you wipe from the balls to your back?
Man,
Oh,
I
don't
just
you get
imagine like
shit
2
all over your back?
Nutella pancakes is your ass cheeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I clean it up real good. But
That is
Nah, you-
possibly the greatest description of Jordan's Sunday mornings.
you just don't let your ass
Just
cheeks
like, I'll just be
kiss
back,
and
babe.
you
I'm gonna go
sweat.
make breakfast.
But that happens
You
as
want
soon as
crepes?
you're standing up.
No, it doesn't. You grab one cheek.
Okay,
You just
it
give it
just
the-
sounds like so much
Why?
Yeah,
work.
you're like
Yeah.
using so many hands to wipe your ass, man. You could just do it with one and like sit down.
I like looking at what I've created.
You like 4 heads between your legs, eh?
It's like
Sometimes it's dark. I poo with the lights off. It's a very sensual experience. Fuck off!
light a few candles, few scented oils.
Yeah, a
eh?
bit of Barry White.
Just like a strawberry cream beer candle. That's what he's got in his bar.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
You are so beautiful.
Singing it to his shit.
Hell, observing it, serenading his turds.
Put it in a little towel. Call it Bono.
Jesus.
That is so fucking hot.
Oh, fuck my ass.
Okay.
I just I love to see
What's the Christmas poo off South Park?
No,
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Hanky.
Mr. Hanky, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
love to see like a wedding photo with you with your arm around a toilet, and you're both holding like a shit wrapped in a blanket.
Sorry.
Mate.
It's like, oh, we made
Yeah,
twins.
or like one of those baby photos where you're both just like holding the shit.
Oh, yeah. Get like full profesh photos done, eh?
Is this,
Shit.
is this
All right,
how
that's gonna
males
be-
get pregnant now?
That's gonna be the image for this episode.
Yes,
Write that down.
Yes, that's so good.
Just Jordan holding a turd in a fucking...
Yeah, I'm so
Just
about
get
that.
like make the turd as Jesus and then have the fucking 3. What were they called? Like the
The
3
wise man.
messiahs or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it would
Yeah.
still be
Wise man,
better
that's
than
it.
than actual Jesus. So
Cancelled. Cancelled.
So is Christian.
hey, I
What's that? Oh, it's fucking brain farted again. Sorry.
how good's being Christian, but it's hell fun. Eh?
Are you baptized? You're a wog. So you're baptized or some shit.
Oh
eh?
man, I was brought up a fucking Jehovah's Witness.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
heck
sick.
Yeah,
man.
my nan's a Jehovah's Witness. fucking-
Loser.
I used to have to. Man, I feel your pain. I used to have to go door knocking with my nan.
Fuck.
Did
off.
ya?
Yeah. 'cause
You were
like-
one of them.
Well, yeah, unfortunately.
Oh.
I've got like vague memories of it, but all I remember is just like people slamming the door in our faces
Oh,
and like
bro.
yelling at us and shit. And I was always like,
It's
what's
so,
going on
It's
here?
so embarrassing,
Yeah.
and also, yeah,
See, you had absolutely no idea what was happening.
Nah,
did
man,
you?
not
Of
a
course you
fucking
did.
clue. But
Yeah,
I remember I
that's
used to
fuck-
hate. I used to
that.
hate having to stay home with my nana because I knew we'd be going to church, and I was like, this is
Ah,
dog
yeah.
shit.
I-
I used to, like,
Did you
hide
get
from it.
anyone?
Which one's worse?
Did you get anyone to convert?
Oh, fuck, man, I was so little.
Man,
I
I'll-
just remember the trauma.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
tell you what,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
no one converts, like basically, besides people with, issues, drug problems,
Yeah, for
lost
sure.
someone they love. Like,
yeah.
it's always people, this is what religion preys on, people that are at their lowest lows.
Yeah.
And another thing
Absolutely.
I think with being Italian is like that the families are very religious in the first place. So like they easily make the switch to other religions as
Yeah.
well. Because they're always like got that strong. Man, when I went to visit my family in Italy the first time, my auntie literally set up she's not even religious, but set up all this Jesus shit everywhere to like, it's
like
like
bless you
the
or
family and like my cousins, they're not religious, but they got Jesus Christmas cards and they're like, they don't believe it, but they like have
Yeah.
to. It's like to be seen by the family
It's
so weird.
yeah.
eh?
That's fucked.
It's odd. It's
Jesus
very,
is
it's very
hot.
cultish. Jesus is hot.
Yeah.
My man.
Oh, you have like at your parents' house, you have like isn't it like a Jesus thing hung like?
Fuck no.
No,
Nah, man. My mum's hell not religious, like at all.
whose house was that?
Nah. My mum's
Whose
got
house
my
they
mum's got a
walk in?
statue in the backyard with these 3 naked chicks just cuddling, and the statue's called the Three Sisters. And I
That's
remember,
hot.
and it's like by
Yeah,
the pool.
nice.
And I remember when she brought it home, I was like, "Statue's pretty weird." Mum's like, "It's beautiful. They're just like 3 sisters. It reminds me of me and my 3 sisters." And I was like,
And you're like,
Yeah.
ah!
It's fucking weird.
Yeah. You're
All
like,
your mates are just like, huh?
have you got any pictures
Please.
of you and your sister? Any candid photographs?
Yeah,
Is
there's a
this
statue of it in my
episode called
backyard.
Matters Mum?
Oh, fucking don't start this. Man. Fucking Pettit came round to my house the other day, and then like when he left, Mum was like, "Oh, is that your friend Jason?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, he looks so good these days. What has he done?" And I was just
What a
like, "Oh
handsome young
no."
man.
And then I went to work, and I was
Mum's
like, "Fuck, Mum's hell into you." He's just like, "Yeah, sick."
Wait, Pettit,
That's not
Pettit
all we
was a
said, but
Jehovah's
we'll
Witness.
still-
You
we'll
go
still-
home
we'll
and
still-
there's
yeah,
just like
yeah, we grew up
candles
in that.
and you
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
fucking
think he had a
Pettit's
pretty
like,
hectic time as well. But fucking sounds full on, man. It's super culty.
Yeah, oh, dude, the biggest cult.
Yeah.
Right.
How are you guys not Mormons?
Dude, I'm going to Salt Lake at the end of the year. I'm
Oh,
becoming
fuck.
Mormon for at least a week.
Yeah, good. You got to.
Wait,
You can get like 10 wives in the time you're there.
Yeah. Wait, dude,
Wait, is that
but-
a Mormon? That's a Mormon thing.
Mor-
Just have heaps of wives.
yeah, polygamy.
Oh man, yeah, crazy. amount of
Polygamy.
wives.
I like, polygamy.
I pulled my polygamy.
I like it that
How's
they're
that?
like, how can I make my life more shit? More wives. Okay, let's do it. Yep, 9 of them. Cool.
It's so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I
And
can't even
also,
deal with, like,
imagine-
one.
Fucking Christmas must be a nightmare.
Imagine
What
the
do you-
drama.
Yeah.
Imagine the like, why'd you fuck her last night instead of me? And it's like,
Ah,
gotta share the dick.
Jesus told me to do it. Leave me alone.
This is like
Oh, you could
evidence.
totally blame it on Jesus.
Yeah.
This is evidence of how religion is just set. It's just dudes that just set shit up for themselves. They're like, and Jesus said I can have heaps of wives, and you can't argue with it, and women aren't allowed to have heaps of husbands.
I was gonna
And
say, like, how
also
sexist is
all
fucking-
of them, man.
like
Yeah.
any
It's
religion.
fucked,
yeah.
innit?
It-
Dude, that's a
so
lot
fucked.
lot of what Book of Mormon's about as well. Is they touch on that. Like this dude's just changing the. I don't want to spoil it, but dude's just changing the religion to just suit the shit that
Yeah, of
he's
course,
trying
yeah.
to get done at that
Oh,
time.
is it?
Yeah.
That'd be right.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you guys hear that Ed Snowden on Joe Rogan?
No.
Yeah, he got Ed Snowden on somehow.
Fucking
You know, the dude that blew the lid off that surveillance. He's like the
Yeah.
world's most wanted man.
Yeah, it's on the
And man, it's hectic. You got to. I haven't finished it yet. I have to listen to it again. But the shit the CIA
fuck
does.
did he get him on
fucking
there?
He's via video in Russia because he's
Ah.
pretty much has to stay in Russia now. Because if he goes, they'll extradite him, and basically he'll probably get the death.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
death
The
penalty.
DP.
He's
Yeah.
a pommy, hey? He's a pommy dude, right? He's not
He's
American.
American.
Well, he's American.
Well, he's
Yeah.
got an American accent.
No,
maybe
he's American. Yeah. Did you see that movie about him?
nah.
I think it's just called Snowden.
He's only
really
like
good.
32.
Is
Yeah.
that the one with
35.
Ashton Kutcher playing him?
No, it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Fucking who is that?
The guy, is that guy? Is that
Joseph-
dude
Oh,
from
wait.
Third Rock from the Sun?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
he's the,
I don't know.
the kid.
Oh, the kid, but who's the
Oh
oldest
wait, it
one?
is that. I was thinking of the dude from fucking Sixth Sense.
Oh, the kid,
Oh,
the hell
shit.
fat kid.
Because he had one of those names as well.
Yeah, the 3-barrel name or whatever.
Yeah.
2-barrel name.
Wait, he aged.
Oh, I know
no
who
idea.
you're talking
He
about.
aged like fruit, didn't he?
Oh
that
man,
kid?
his head got so fat.
Oh, bro.
Have you seen him in the
Hey,
Entourage,
Entourage
It
movie?
looks like he's just
Yeah.
been stung by wasps.
His eyes stayed in the same
Yeah,
place, but the
yeah,
rest
yeah,
of his
yeah.
head grew
It's
around
so
him.
weird.
Oh, it's so
Bulldog
bad.
chewing on a wasp.
Imagine
What's that
you-
kid's name?
Maybe his head was swallowing his face. It's just like
Yeah,
slowly.
figure
You'll
this
get to
out.
the end of the
Yeah.
light.
It'll
it's
kill
like-
me. I'll just be
Yeah.
thinking about it.
His face
Anyone
is that
listening's
big
like,
at the end of his life. He's got this tiny face in the middle of his.
He's
where
all
his nose-
forehead.
He's all for it.
He's all foreskin.
His head looks like a foreskin, like a jar of pickled foreskin.
His head would look better if it was a foreskin. It's all just blank space. Like there's nothing there.
It's a foreskin with eyes, basically. Yo.
Oh man.
Do you reckon
Yeah, chuck this on.
who would look better? Fucking that cunt or this dude?
Haley Joel Osment.
Haley
Fuck,
Joel
that took me
Osment.
so long, but yeah.
What a name.
His name's Haley.
Yeah.
That's how my eyes looked last night.
That's how Matta's eyes are going to look next time he sneezes. Eh?
Fuck, man. I found that out in like year 5. How bad was my year 5 teacher? He told me that, and then he also told me if you jump from a height and don't bend your knees, you'll break your legs. And both of those things, I was like, gonna try both of those in my life at some time.
Yeah.
Haven't done either of them. Pussy.
Next thing you like,
Coward.
Yeah, such a coward.
Next thing you jump from like a 10-story building, you're
While
like,
sneezing.
see if I break my legs, eh?
Just sneeze and don't bend my knees. Like, he was right about both of them.
You're just a splattered pile on the ground with popped out eyes. Fucked
His eyes
up.
survived. We can use these.
You're like, is that Crumb from Our Real Monsters? Oh, Crumb committed suicide.
You got a pretty big
Damn.
drop here. We could try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
What are the odds?
Just pin drop.
Weekend odds 1 in 3.
Wait, did
wow.
you guys?
Should
Did
we
you,
Never
share
heard
that
that, is it?
story of you?
Oh yeah,
About
100%.
what are the odds?
Mate, I play for keeps. I've done so much bad shit. Fuck,
This
I've
is a
lost.
fucking
This isn't even that bad. But fuck,
Do
I
you
lost.
want to tell
Go
it
through
or
the
me?
worst
Yep,
one.
man, fucking. You know what are the
Fuck is
what's
going
the
on?
odds?
Classic.
Yeah. Yeah, tell him to shut up.
Can you shut those doors, James?
Yeah, fucking ruining the
Oh man,
cunts.
Yeah.
like
Get him on.
I live for playing that game. Like whatever you can throw at me, I'm gonna do it as long as you play the game back with me. And like one time we were just
What
like,
game's this? Sorry, got
what are the odds? So it's like what are the
We
odds?
we should explain the rules for
Yeah,
anyone
so it's
listening.
like
who's-
say I'll be like, there's that beer on the table. We could just be. This is such a tame one, but we'd just be sitting here like hanging out, and I'll be like, hey man, like what are the odds you crack that beer and like drink it? And if it's a weekend, I always say weekend odds. So if you were playing with me, you'd be like, yeah man, weekend odds, and I'd be like, yeah, 6. So that's 1 in 3, and then someone would count us in, and when they'll go like 3, 2, 1, and then we both have to say a number. If we say the same number, you have to do it. Like you have to do the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I remember like at a kick-ons once, we were sitting there, it was like starting to die off, and then Kelsey, like Bryant's girlfriend, was like, "Oh, Matter, what are the odds you drink my piss?" And I was just like, "Yeah, fuck it, like 1 in 3," and I lost, and I drank like probably like I don't know, like a 600ml bottle, but like that
You
that
drank
much on the
Kelsey's
bottle.
piss.
Yeah. Wait, was not that bad.
Oh,
It was yellow as fuck. Like wait,
Fuck.
yellow. I thought it was gonna be hell bad. Like
Give it a try.
I like gagged like as I put it in my mouth and then realized it wasn't bad and just like stopped.
What
the
did
gag.
it taste
more
like?
the
It didn't taste like
mentality.
anything, and it was like hell dehydrated piss, man. It looked like this. The worst part about it was when
Brian's
she
just
handed
like-
me the. Brian had gone to get booze, and when he came back, I was like, "Oi, bad boy, I drank your misso's piss, eh?"
Was he just like, oh, he's getting
Kelsey-
more action
Yeah,
than me?
and then Kelsey was like, "Yeah, Matt tasted my puss. What do you reckon?" And Brian was just sitting there like, "What the fuck? I've been gone for 10 minutes."
How do you
How does
explain
this
that?
happen?
Yeah, the
to
worst.
someone?
The worst.
Right, Brian's just like
Cancel.
relationship.
Cancel.
The worst part about it was it looked like that, and when she put the bottle in my hand, it was like hell warm.
Yeah,
and I was
of
like,
course.
"Oh,
Would've
this is
been,
gonna
yeah.
suck." And then when I put it back, it didn't taste like anything.
See, that's one of those
Oh,
things where it
feels
might
sick.
not taste like anything, but I feel like the psychology
Oh,
behind
yeah,
it
that
is
was
like-
full
like,
mind over matter, but like,
Yeah.
we were so far into like
Mind over
a
matter.
bender, basically. Yeah, fucking.
Anyone?
By the time
Yeah,
it hit
yeah,
my
nice,
lips, by
nice.
the time it hit
Thanks.
my lips and
Turn
quenched
his
my
mic
thirst,
off.
and I realized it didn't taste like
Quench your
anything.
thirst.
Yeah,
What?
it,
So
wasn't,
weird.
it wasn't that bad.
Did
but-
you smear it on your lips?
Yeah, man. I got the bottle like as soon as I was done. Just
Did
like,
you gargle?
like cut the bottle open and just rub it?
Oh, golden shower. That's hot.
And then just like sat there with the lid of it, sniffing it for the rest of the day. Just like smelling my
Oh.
fingers.
He actually drank it like this. You're like, it's
A
got
fine
notes
vintage.
of notes of yeast.
Yeah, from a
Yeah.
French vineyard. These grapes
Oh,
are
yeah.
wonderful.
Oh, so when was it? 2 weeks ago?
yeah,
2
in
Saturdays
the
ago?
line at Sea Paradiso.
Yeah, so we're at the line to this place in Highgate. Who the fuck bought their phone and didn't turn it off?
I bet that's your miss, eh?
Is it you?
Guys, I have to leave. Nah, it wasn't even me. It was probably who cares? Anyway,
Alright, we're back here. And problems.
Oh yeah, so 2 Saturdays ago, me, Michael Matta,
Hello.
couple of other Sheilas, we're in the line to this place, Sea Paradiso, and Michael Matta had a little tablet of drugs.
No.
Ooh!
All right, cancelled.
Spook.
Cancelled.
Yeah, that works too.
Cancelled.
That works too. So he had a little capsule of
Which he found on the street.
which he found on the and
He
somehow
confiscated off
fell
someone
into
else.
his
Is that for-
pocket.
is that
Yeah,
for
he
his-
confiscated it.
He had something to take. He had a headache.
But unfortunately,
It was like a really, really good Nurofen. Like a
yeah,
really
yeah, really good one.
Fucking good.
But
Good shit. Over the
Anyway.
counter Nurofen.
yeah, one of those. And I was like, Matta, what are the odds that you pull your pants? Like there was fucking
There's a
cunt
packed
loads of people in the line, right? It was like 50 deep.
I was wearing
right?
a suit as well, by the way.
Yeah, and we
Full
so it
suit.
was like a 50 deep line, and we were in the middle of it, right? And I was like, what are the odds? You pull down your pants, you reveal that sexy Italian hairy ass, and you
That balloon knot.
shove the cap straight in your balloon knot. And he's like, 1 in 3. I was like, you, sir, are a stallion. And we were like, 3, 2, 1. And we fucking got the same number, of course we did. So he literally put an injection of marijuana
Of his bum.
up his
An
bum
alcohol capsule.
with his full pants down in the middle of the line. And
So
I
you had to
thought
go
that was
full-
courageous.
like
Bold move
exhibitionist.
by me, I reckon. Actually,
Yeah, it was
fuck,
good.
I am cool as fuck.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
That is pretty cool. That's
That
the only
drugs are
time
cool.
fingering your ass has been cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
When it's in
actually, yeah,
public.
cheers to that. We've got some good beers and we're
Yeah,
cheers
cheers.
into that.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
cheers.
too
Go on,
far.
mate.
Fuck off.
We'll bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Well, fingering your ass may not be cool, but it's fucking awesome, isn't it?
No argument. Do you guys do you play there's
skin
like all
flute?
these peripheral rules
The
about
banjo string.
Hell talented banjo string
there's
player.
like the peripheral rules about it's like if you guess 1 and 2 and if you don't get the same number they have to do it.
Yeah, so like with some
like
people, I'll do
coward
that.
odds.
We'll go back. Like, so
Coward
say
odds.
if you make the challenge, yeah, and fucking you don't get the number, then I'll like do it back to you.
Okay.
But only some people I play that with.
There's one dude who I played it with who, if you're gonna dare him to do something like finish your drink, he's
Yeah.
like 1 and 2, so it lowers the odds
Yeah,
for him down to
Yeah.
50%. But then if you get it wrong, you have to do it.
yeah.
So yeah,
I never even
Yeah,
heard of this
little
shit
wrinkle
before.
in the-
Oh,
It's
man,
not
fun.
bad.
dude, it's
I hell love it.
It happens
you
a lot
can't
on
turn down
tour,
the
I
game of
feel.
odds.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes up, everyone's just like, all right, we're doing it.
I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like if the night's getting stale
Yeah.
and you fucking
Oh,
whip one of them
Best thing
out,
to do, yeah.
Is that
As well
that's
as
what
your
those
penis.
Cunts, oh yeah. That's what those cunts play. You know those YouTube dudes that always do that.
Yeah,
that
I
dude
know you're
jumped
talking
off
about.
a bridge and then he
Yeah.
got but like they try to arrest him or
yeah,
something.
I know you're talking about, yeah.
the in like
Like
Santa
silly
Monica.
salmon dude or
No,
whatever.
they're Aussie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
silly
guy
salmon.
that
Aussie
said
guy.
he bought his brother a car.
Yeah.
And then
That
he was
was
like, yeah,
ruthless.
drive it, bro. And then he drives it and he's like, nah, it's not yours, it's
And he's
mine.
like, you
He-
fucking idiot. You think I buy you a
yeah,
car?
I was actually like watching that. Like, usually I fucking laugh at how dark shit, but I'm like,
I felt bad.
that's
of
so
it.
bad, dude. It's so bad.
So savage,
felt
dude.
hell bad
Like,
for
because
it.
his brother was just like, man, you're the bit like that was like a hell bro moment. and
Yeah,
then
it
he
was
just
like a hell
destroyed it.
nice moment. Like, they hell hugged and shit. It's like, yeah, I bought you a dream car. And he's like, drive it, bro. And he drove it. And he's like, by the way, that's the last time you'll ever drive that because it's my car, not yours. And he's like, you're joking.
And then he made him
Oh.
drive home in his shitbox
Yeah.
car as well.
Oh, poor
Dude.
Kano.
I'm upset just hearing that.
Oh, it sucks.
That's
man.
one of those things that would suck then, but like in a few years later, it's still gonna suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Time
gets
doesn't
worse.
heal that wound.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck.
Gets worse, and you get more depressed every time you see him driving it. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did go and buy him a car that he was going to eventually. I think he.
I
is.
heard something about that
Yeah.
too, yeah. He like buys him like
Another
fucking
shit box.
1990s VT Commodore.
Or one of those 3-wheeled Vespa cars that you see in Italy, the little ute with the motorbike
Mr. Bean
handles.
car, right?
Yeah, the one
So
that rolls
good.
over.
Oh, man.
That's so good.
That
Oh, have
was
you guys
such a
seen that
bad
Top
design.
Gear episode?
Nah.
Nah, fuck it. Next.
Should we do some current events?
Oh yeah, I
man,
actually
I got
had
a
a
couple.
fucking belter.
We'll do a few news stories, eh?
How funny does that look, by the way?
What is it?
That's me with the thing. But like,
Fucking hell.
I don't like the angle on that. You look like you're looking down on someone.
yeah, it's not good, is it?
Yeah.
Wait, what's that?
It's a meme and it says, when his dick stinks but his band is popular and on tour. And it's like this chick crying playing the flute.
Ah,
Fuck.
everyone's cancelled.
Cancelled.
Oh,
So-
maybe I don't have any.
How's this? This pensioner, he's old, he's in his 80s, and he was jailed. He was jailed because he was he got caught being a dealer, like a drug dealer's getaway car driver. And this guy here, he's like,
Fuck
he's
me.
hell old, and he looks like Mr. Magoo. And he got done, but he just said that he joined this gang and was a getaway driver because he was lonely, and joined this full criminal gang. And he's been sentenced to like 4 years prison, and he's like,
Dude, he
81.
looks like an absolute fucking murderer.
yeah,
pretty psycho,
Yeah.
he's hot.
He's
I know.
got
Yeah.
he's got haunted eyes. Like
does,
that dude has
hey.
seen some shit.
Their electric
Yeah,
blue
that's true.
terrorizes, bro.
But you know how in any news story, they'll always, when someone's done something bad, they'll find the most hideous
Yeah.
photo where
Yeah.
someone's like,
Yeah.
been caught off
Yeah.
guard to make them look
It's
like,
like
a
catching
rapist.
them
or something.
stabbing the victim. That's the photo
They
of
just
it.
edited it.
They've photoshopped the shit out of it. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so
Nice.
poor.
How many jobs did he do for this?
I think
this
he did a
gang?
fair few, eh? Yeah. Pretty hectic, but
Well, he's lonely. He's gonna make a couple friends in prison.
Yeah, I know. He's
That'll be
definitely
nice.
gone to a good
Still
place to make
better
some
than
friends.
joining a religion.
yeah.
Actually, it's so correct. Would way rather do that than
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
fucking join it. Oh, man.
Jail's better than a religion. Religion is jail, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
hot take.
Oh, dude, that's
It's
on
a lot of
another
kneeling.
level, bro.
Wait, so
I wasn't trying to be prolific there.
you're a Jehovah's, or you were a Jehovah's Witness.
Still is.
They,
Jehovah cop.
Yeah.
Oh, I
he's
love it.
got a toe in the pond.
Thank you for my daily
love
beer,
that.
Jehovah.
Um,
Shout
do
out to
you-
Jehovah.
You guys don't get Christmas, right? Is that true?
No Christmas, no
Yeah, we never
birthdays.
had Christmas. Our
Oh,
whole
What
man.
kind of
Celebrate
fucking
birthdays?
Satan religion is that?
Well, oi, this is what being a Jehovah's Witness is like.
Good that we got video.
It's just
for
like
this.
no
Yeah.
joy, hey.
nah.
Like
Yeah.
zero joy. Did you guys celebrate your birthdays?
Nah. My parents
weird,
always made it like always had days where they like tried to do other stuff like
Yeah.
for us. Like they were always, I don't know. I don't know how far like they were never right in
Yeah.
like involved doing shit.
Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was AIDS. It's a fuck. But I had a sick childhood. But that part was just fucking shit.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Oh, oi, I wish it was a bit sicker. That's sick enough for you.
Hold on, I gotta stop. The story just below this is incredible. Man's stomach has turned into a human beer keg
Yeah.
due to a rare condition.
Yeah. So
How do we manufacture that condition?
He had, yeah, I know. So he got done and he blew like 5 times over the limit because his stomach had this yeast or some kind of infection. Oh, fuck off with that. And they're trying to block me here. You cannot block me. But yeah,
Can't match my style.
you will never match my style. Yeah, and he had something, and it just was brewing a beer in his stomach, and he was and he was like, had a groggy head, feeling fucked for years, and he didn't know, and it's some hell rare condition that just ferments
He's just got beer just like
food.
That's
what
mental.
the fuck?
Food.
You should have
ferments.
drank his piss.
Man, that's a hellcraft beer. And yes, could have drank this beer. Where is this guy? What are the odds? Oh, fuck it, I'll just do it.
I wonder would his piss be alcoholic, or would it, by the time it got there, would it have
Get
filtered
hell
out?
diluted.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
That's
It's just this.
That's a cock that you'd like
This
to
fucking
suck on,
strawberry
eh?
and cream American pale guy.
What'd you have
Yeah.
for dinner last night, bro? I
American
had some
parallel.
strawberry, and you're like,
You're like, you're gonna taste good.
oh, yeah, boy, get that fucking beer dick out, boy. Oh, we're boring you, are
Yeah,
you?
Bit
fucking
sleepy there.
hell.
Yeah, in hell, son. Jesus Christ.
I'm fucking maggot, man.
Are you actually?
Nah, I'm alright.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one here. I got one just going on our alien conversation from last episode.
Pick it up.
You hear Tom DeLonge's organization was granted one. Sorry, were you
No, God,
Okay.
I was just saying I heard about this.
Yeah. granted $1.1 million by the American government to develop technology based on alien technology? I don't actually have the headline written down, but it goes along those lines, and it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, he's actually so all that because when he went on Rogan, he sounded pretty crazy. But
Sounded
then Bob
nuts.
Lazar came on, and then that dude was in the Air Force, and now it's all like maybe he wasn't talking shit. Well,
Yeah.
it clearly he's not. If
I
he's
mean,
been
yeah.
funded.
He's been, what's the word? He's like been validated by the
Yeah,
American
yeah,
government,
yeah.
giving him $1.1 million. Like,
You
that's
know-
What's that
insane.
gonna
So what,
do?
does he
though?
have
is
any
that
proof?
is that a lot? Like, it's not
No,
really, is it? It
it's-
doesn't
Like, it's
sound like a
pocket
lot.
change for the
Couldn't
American
even
Yeah.
buy a house in Peppy Grove with that.
Nah.
Yeah,
No.
fucking better luck next
Exactly.
time.
Couldn't even
Fuck
buy a
all
house
money.
in
Yeah.
Armadale
Yeah.
for that these
It's
days.
like it's like a
It's not like
decent sized
Angels and
weekend with
Airwaves
you.
are making good money. Fucking music like that.
I like
Nah, I'm just kidding.
things that
it's
trigger
hell
Jordan: pop punk and fruit.
Yeah, if you're in a pop punk band, just stop, put your instrument down, build a big fire, put all the instruments in it, because
They start playing metal.
that
'cause
is
it's
the
what fucking
hottest your
heroes
music
play.
is.
Are you directing this at Tyler because he didn't ask you to be in this existence?
Nah, he knows how I feel about pop punk, and we have this argument quite a bit, and it's still shit.
You hate Tyler, eh?
I fucking want to kill him.
Shit.
What's
Nah.
wrong with pop punk, bro?
Everything. cunt.
Yeah, I'm with Jay, man. I hell don't like it.
Really?
Dude, it's
too
two
fucking
genres.
happy, man.
It's
I love
nah,
it.
it's not. It's two genres that never should have fucking met. Like punk was like against the establishment, blah blah. Pop is like the establishment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
shit, when you put it like that.
Yeah, that's so real.
you know
But
what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
literally the equivalent of that guy saying that walking down the street's not a good premise for a metal video. And also, that guy, you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
You are the
Fuck that
biggest
cunt.
elitist. Like he said on, like, there's a guy that commented on the Make Way's new video,
Yeah.
that new song.
That's
they
not
dropped.
what he said.
Yeah, he's trying to critique. He's just like, everything about this is terrible. And then Drew started ripping him. And then he's gone, okay, you want me to critique it? And he's just like, guitar playing's terrible. Riffs are lame. And he's just ripped. Like, there was no critique. Just
He's
ripped.
ripping like the
everything.
best fucking
Yeah,
guitarist.
yeah, no
in
shit,
Perth.
yeah.
He's.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
All right.
What were we talking about?
Make Way's new video?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
this
yeah,
guy,
it's
this
not
guy
fun.
basically said his comment was, walking down the street is not a good premise for a metal video. Like, there's credentials to what a metal video like.
Fuck, man.
You
how-
gotta
I don't
choose a
know. I
subject
don't know
from
if
the
you
pre-approved
guys-
checklist.
Yeah, if you guys have obviously seen the rule book.
Yeah, yeah.
We all read the rule book.
Dude,
Why
our-
can't Make Way for Men fucking read the rule book, eh?
It's
Imagine-
arrogance.
Dude,
It's
our
sheer
last two
arrogance
videos,
is what it is.
Our last two videos were one was Bryant walking down the street, and then the second one was Bryant running down
Running
the
down
street.
the street. Yeah.
Savior, make way for man.
Cancel. Cancel.
Yeah, so
Good try,
suck on
guys.
that dick, you fucking dickhead.
Oh,
Who is
what
this guy? Is he? Is
Oh, apparently he's in
Uh-uh.
he's in another band.
Oh, okay.
Jersey. But like, who goes like if you don't like it, fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
But why go out here? Because critiquing
man,
something
it's
isn't
so
just
hectic.
going riffs are shit, sound shit, performance is bad. Like, you can't just rip everything in the song and say it's critiquing it because it's not critique. People
Nah.
think that just being a complete flog is critique.
Critiquing, yeah.
So let's critique your personality. What? There's none to critique. Oh, okay.
Is this? You say this guy's got a band?
Apparently.
Yeah, what is his band? Let's
Yeah.
just fuck his band up right now.
Let's cancel him.
Cancel.
Dude, that new Make Way for Man track was fucking awesome as
Yeah,
well.
it's good,
man.
man.
So
Oh,
good.
Every song those guys are such good musicians.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
welcome,
man.
cunts.
He really
Oh, that
worked
was
on-
another band that someone replaced you in. Hey?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it got replaced by a computer by now, which is even tighter.
Fuck, yeah. Drew asked me to play drums in that band. I was like, man, I cannot play that shit. I've had enough time playing Saviour stuff. I can't fucking play that shit.
Yeah, there's not many. That's the
Even I
problem.
had trouble with fucking.
Did you?
Some of it, yeah.
There's not many drummers around that can do it. That's the problem.
It's fucked. That's literally fucking dudes on FMX bikes doing like triple backflips. That's what that drum's
yeah,
like.
Easy.
Even
He's
Jimmy was
Cancel.
doing it. Jimmy was like, it reckons it was just annoying. It's just like, because everything's hard, I suppose, all the time. I find,
Yeah, there's no like rest period. It's
yeah,
just like, nah, you're
It's-
getting fucked up for half an hour straight.
just
boy.
stressful, eh?
Yeah, it was stressful.
Good cardio.
Yeah, great cardio. Did fuck all for me.
But your old band was like at Depths, it was like that. Just hectic riffs. Yeah.
Yeah, both the bands, like, the Light the Dark's probably the least technical.
Yeah, we're
as
not
far as-
technical at all.
Yeah, the first band as an Ice
We're
Guy
pop punk.
Skyward was fucking. We had Matt Unkovich.
Yeah,
playing
I
drums.
saw
That
you
kid
guys.
is a good
man.
drummer,
He's,
right?
he's a
Kid is
weapon
fucking
of a
nuts.
drummer. Shout out to Matt.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
fucking
Great
good cunt
drummer.
too.
Dude,
bloke.
slays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? Matt posted a photo of just him in like a dandelion field or something. It was so random.
Was that recent?
Yeah, it was a while ago. I was just looking at it going, that's so fucking random.
Yeah, I know, man. That's so wholesome though. That's
Yeah,
so
right.
on brand for him.
That
Wait, what
fits
is
his
his-
personality for sure.
Yeah.
For real.
He's a nice guy. Eh?
What is with this? I've heard a few people talk about like 2019 being wholesome. I was like, why? Have you heard of fucking things like cocaine and drugs, heroin, fucking meth?
Jacking off of the road.
Yeah,
around
jacking
your
off in the road.
Drinking piss based
Yeah,
on.
and
Drinking people's piss.
Fuck yeah, I love drinking piss. Who wants to piss in a cup right now?
Actually,
take it-
speaking of pit, I need to get some more beers. Eh?
Yeah. Wait, take it to
Shit.
the next level and drink Jordan's spray out of his ass. Just when
I'll just lick his stand-up shit straight off his ass cheeks. Just give me those
tempting.
Nutella
What are the
pancakes.
odds?
Fucking 1 in 3 cunt.
Oh no, I don't want to do that to you.
Fuck, oh man, I licked
Psyched
Brian's
him out.
ass once. Had to
you
do
licked
that.
his
Yeah.
ass.
No, top to
What?
bottom. Top to bottom. I lost
Wait,
the game of
what,
odds.
the butt crack or the butt
From
cheek?
fucking top to bottom. He was like, wait, man.
Oh,
So
no.
Kel said it. Kel's just like, what are the odds that you'll lick his ass? And I looked at him and he was just like, don't do it, man. And I was like 1 in 3 weekend odds. And then me and him had to do it. And we got the number. And like, as soon as we both said the number, we both put our hands in our heads. And like, by the time I lifted my head back up, he was like in the corner of a couch with his pants down on all fours, but had his neck cranked, like looking back at me. And he just goes, Daddy's waiting.
That's so
Oh,
fucking good.
no.
I just fucking like walked
Oh,
up to him
man.
and slapped both his ass cheeks and just like. chopped the bottom.
Did you lick the butthole?
Oh man, I went like as hard as I could go. It was
Yeah,
just
and
like
you-
we're getting it done. I did it
That's
quick
so
as fuck.
Did
but
you
it was just
taste
like-
his ass?
I tasted his ass. Tasted like ramen.
Oh, hell
Wait,
yeah.
I might lick his ass then. Hey, can you tee it up? I am a fan of ramen.
Cheers, man.
Oh,
No worries.
dude, don't
I
talk
prefer
about it.
a
I'm
Laksa,
so
actually.
keen to get ramen up.
Yeah,
Get me started
ramen.
on Laksa. Dude,
Laksa's
this
so
episode's called Daddy's Waiting. It's
Yeah.
Jordan with his shit baby.
Yeah, I love that. That's
And-
perfect. These beers are actually going down pretty good. Just consider how fucking hungover I am.
They're a good buy.
These are
I mean,
actually a great beer.
They're
yeah,
good, aren't they?
When you first threw it at me, I was like, I don't know about this strawberry ale, but this is delicious.
yeah, strawberry
Yeah.
anal.
Are you a convert now? Are you a...
Man, I drink these.
Craft
I
beer
drink these
combo.
on the reg. You know what's I find funny about craft beer is they just always have stickers on their cans.
Yeah.
I love it. It's,
I like
for
that.
me, it's really tacky, and I love that. Hey,
I like that because it seems like more legit. Like a printed can's like, it must be a bigger,
yeah.
more
I know what you
legit
mean.
operation. But I think back like to going to breweries. They were always better beers, but you just never really knew about it before the
Sure.
craft. I remember even going to bootleg when I was like younger, and that was like before the craft beer. They were joy. I remember thinking, this is. But you never really twigged that you could just drink those instead of drinking fucking
Yeah.
those. Remember those 8% Teds, and they were the
Fuck,
most
Ted's
Platinums.
Platinums.
disgusting.
Fuck
Dude.
hell,
You know
man.
what they did well? They came in an 8-pack before that existed, and it just
They
makes
did too.
so much more sense than a six
Yeah.
pack.
Man,
6-packs are bullshit.
In the States, they have like 10 packs, 12
12
packs,
packs,
4.5 packs. They'll just give you like half a beer, sliced in
half a can.
Straight down the middle. Not even like in half, like straight down.
A six pack is a useless amount of beer. It's not enough to have a decent time on, but it like 2 6-packs is like, well, okay. It's kind of too much. A carton doesn't split evenly between people. It's
A 4-pack's even more useless.
yeah.
And also the tall cans, like you just buy one, useless. Good, but useless. They need to have like
I feel like
carb.
those tall cans and shit, you like never drink them quick enough. So you get to
Yeah,
like the
they-
bottom of that beer and you just get a warm beer.
Man, I always
Yeah.
pour
That's
it
why
in the glass.
I almost prefer schooners over pints.
You
Yeah,
pour
I
it in
know
the
you
glass
mean,
and then
yeah.
you put half of it in the fridge. And then when you get low, you tip it back in.
I mean,
tip her out,
like
yeah.
that's such a logical thing to say, but who the fuck does that?
Me.
God, beer
damn it.
wankers.
Yeah.
Alright, how do you remember like back in the day though when like fucking blocks of bush chook was like $30 for 30 cans?
Dude, you used to
That
be able to
was
get
the
2
dream.
for 50.
It was
They
the
used
I
to
swear
do
that
specials.
lasted like 6 months, and everyone started drinking them. They just like fucking
yeah,
jacked
they
the prices
turned
up.
into
Yeah.
hipster beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's even now when you go to buy VBs, they're like $55 a block.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like, this is a shit beer. Like, why
Yeah.
am I paying $55 for this? Like,
The glory days
I mean,
where
it's
you could
delicious,
get-
but
it is delicious. I love the Australian pale ale. I
you
am
seem
a
like a
fan.
good man,
Yeah,
and
I
I
am.
knew I respected you.
But this, I like all beer except Carlton Dry. Kill yourself.
Great Northern.
Great
Fuck
Northern.
off.
as
I
well.
don't mind a Carlton draft off tap.
Oh,
I
I love
still
Carlton.
smack-
Carlton
Like,
Draft.
I won't buy it. Like, I won't go to the bottle or whatever and buy it. But if it's at a pub and
Yeah.
like, so they got, you know, sometimes you go to like, what's that pub?
I know how you get.
They
now.
used
They've
to
got
always
like
have
just
live
dog
music
shit
there, and they do
beers.
not have live music. The Heidi.
Oh,
Oh,
They
yeah,
got
yeah.
shit
Of
beers
course.
on tap, like at the front part, but
Yeah,
they've got
the-
Carlton Draft. Like if I'm there, I'll get a Carlton Draft on tap, and like, man, it's not a bad beer.
You know what
It's
I
a bad-
like about
you're just
those
like, nah,
those
it's a fucking
beers?
shit
Nah,
beer,
dude.
man.
Amps had it for
I
like
love
$6
Carlton.
on tap, and I was just like, even when I was
Maybe
broke
that's
as
why,
fuck,
yeah.
I was still like, nah, can't do it. I'm
I
gonna have to
like-
spend $12 on a fat yak or something.
It reminds me of the first time I had beer, like when you were young and you'd have a sip of your dad's beer
Crown
or whatever.
Lager.
Those beers
Classic.
remind me of that taste. So like you almost get like a nostalgic
Yeah.
thing sometimes from it.
Yeah,
When you're-
it's like when you have a sip of your dad's penis.
Oh. Wait, hell, I was waiting for someone to drop the
you were
truth bomb.
talking too fast. Sir. I was like, oh, wait till he's done. Got him.
Like when you were young in the church, you had a sip of Cardinal Pell's penis.
Oh, fuck. How many episodes? When are we gonna get?
Cancelled. Cancelled.
Cardinal Pell makes an appearance in every single
Can
episode.
we get him
I
on
guarantee.
live? Hey, if Rogan,
Live from prison.
if Rogan
getting
got
fucked.
Live
fucking,
on prison.
if Rogan got on Snowden,
Snowden.
we can get fucking Pell from prison, eh?
Yeah.
Oh
He'd be
man,
into it.
Be like,
Just
he
get him
doesn't
on,
have
he's
much
like,
going
"Hey,
on.
yeah."
these
We're
days.
not young enough.
yeah, he just rejects. He
I
just sends
I
a
could
letter.
shave
back.
my beard and tie my hair back. He'd be into me.
Yeah. We'll see how we go, eh? Send him a photo of Brian, and he's just like, oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, my little yellow boy.
He loves it,
Yeah.
mate.
Brian's like, what are the odds, cunt?
Oh,
Got it.
fucking hell. How's that silence, boys?
Yeah, that hell hit in, hey. Love that.
What are you doing, Jordan?
Fucking ruining your shit, cunt.
Yeah, don't ruin my fucking 5-cent table that I got for free off my brother. The table's just completely fucked.
So
You should actually. This would be sick if you just wrapped your table in these labels.
could do that.
There you go.
It'd make a good podcast table, actually.
Yeah.
If you just
Yeah,
took all the
man.
fucking craft beer things off.
I know, how stoked would Laura be, actually? So it's just like, nice. I love it. Hey, bro, my mate, Mitchie, he's like, we get right into the hockey, ice hockey. And
Good bloke, Mitchie.
his-
Shit sport.
his-
but
Ice
yeah.
hockey's
Hey.
sick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's
Hey,
hell
fucking
sick,
love that
eh?
sport.
Don't, take that back. Triggered. Triggered. Yeah, and his team, like, he goes for the Blues, and they won last year. And
Yeah.
his, and
The poos.
his, wait, brilliant. Well done.
Classic.
Smashed him.
Classic
Smashed
stitch up.
him.
there's all this like Stanley Cup champion, like it's like a
Or
floor
like-
rug, and I
No,
keep
no.
tagging him and his missus in. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy it as a present. Then she'll feel guilty about throwing it out, like bed sheets, and like she's like, that's not coming in my fucking house. That's not staying there. And I'll be like, you can't throw it out if it's a present for me, because I'll get offended.
Fair.
It's true.
How much do chicks usually like sporting paraphernalia around the house?
Love it. Probably as much as I would, I reckon.
You don't like sport, but you like one, and you like the worst sport.
What do you mean?
Soccer.
The best sport
The
in the
worst
world, you
sport.
mean?
God, yeah,
The
you
world's
do too.
best
Such
sport.
a shit sport.
Oh.
It's full of fucking sissies, man.
I know.
Oh, let's not talk about the players. Talk about the sport itself. Is the best sport in the world. That is why it is the biggest sport in the world.
It's the biggest,
And
the most flogs watch it.
I don't
Like,
think it's the biggest
got
sport in
you.
the world, though.
hold on a minute. Have you seen some of the cunts that go to AFL
Oh,
games?
bro, I know. Wait, you don't.
Legends.
Yeah, heroes,
Is
heroes.
soccer the biggest sport in the world?
It's got to be.
Must be, right?
Yeah, it has to.
I mean,
be.
it's played in the most countries, surely. Like that, or
I would have
guess
thought
rugby.
I would have thought like a racing sport would have like Formula One or something.
Oh shit, yeah, maybe.
That shit's pretty fucking big and
Um,
worldwide. Yeah.
Who's got the stats for this?
I mean, soccer
Wait,
makes
you're
sense,
the
but
worst
I
soccer
swear-
fan. You're like,
I feel like it must be.
I'm from Manchester. I like soccer.
Chest
Your
man.
voice is
The
overdubbed.
Manchester
I like
Blues.
soccer. I'm
Man's
from
chest.
Manchester. Oh, chess of men. Oh,
I bet it's something random like fucking volleyball.
Yeah, it'd be like curling.
Yeah.
Some dumb shit like that.
curling is.
Let's-
You know,
let's
curling
look
is
this up.
Canada's like national sport, but they actually are good at
You're
hockey. And
joking.
curling, is it a sport, or is it just what people do when they got nothing else to do
It's
in
like
the fucking
extreme.
boonies?
It's extreme janitoring.
Yeah,
Is what
dude,
curling is.
I've always thought
That
this
is
too.
the best
They're just
description
extreme
ever.
custodians.
And you know what? Not even that extreme. I'll say it.
You get your mate.
Janitors go
Sorry,
away.
Canada.
Have you seen this dude sweep? He's so fast.
You can clean up
Look
a
at the
house like a
tricep extension on
motherfucker.
this guy. Yeah.
Canada's fucking sick though, isn't it?
Shout
Great
out to
place.
Canada.
Shout out to
Shout out to the NHL. Shout out to
what?
hockey, the
Are
best
Are
sport
you
in the
are you
world.
triggered that Trudeau got re-elected?
Yeah.
Dude,
You got a chip on your shoulder.
How?
Am I right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a top 10 here.
Also,
Oh,
it's
here we
not
go.
soccer. It's
Yeah.
fucking football.
That's
Did
what
you
it
see
is.
that meme that was
Imagine
like
if it was
every
AFL.
country, like every
AFL.
country in the world pronounces it like different iterations of football. Like
Yeah.
in Spain, it's
Football.
football.
AFL
And then
should be fucking
everywhere,
handball,
and then all the
whatever
way down the
fuck
bottom,
it
it's
is.
What do you mean?
America
They
just
fucking
says
kick
soccer.
it with their feet, cunt. It's like saying
They also
NFL, they call
pass
that-
it
they
to
call
their
that
mates.
football, but
They
that's-
pass it to their mates with their fucking.
yeah, it's way more
Their
skillful. They
fist.
use their whole body.
Oh man, so off this combo.
Oh, you know what else is a great sport? Cricket. Love cricket.
Yeah,
Love me some
Cricket
cricket.
actually comes in second place.
Does it?
Ah,
Yeah, you got
shit.
Do
football.
you actually like cricket? Because that's my second.
Fuck,
fucking-
I
I hate-
love
I hate
cricket,
cricket,
man. Cricket.
Do you?
Yeah, going with the
Oh,
boys.
good.
Do you actually like
Yeah, we're on
cricket?
something.
Oh,
here.
so,
yeah,
dude,
I, used
I
to play
love
cricket.
cricket.
Too.
Did you?
Yeah.
You look like a type of
Man,
wanker
I
that
had-
played cricket.
Oh, fucking.
I had a
hell.
Wacker membership. Me and
I was
Lindsay
basically Booney's protege.
did.
All
10
I
years
did
old with
was
a beard.
drink
Wait, how
heaps
many-
of piss and didn't get led on the field.
How many beers did you
cheerleader.
drink on the way to America last time?
Me.
Just in
Oh.
comparison to Booney.
No one tops Booney. Oh, by the way, big ups to
Shout out to
Booney.
Booney.
Yeah.
Also, if you're not,
You were
if
gonna say
you're-
Bronny.
I was going to say Bronny.
You think
Shout out
Bronny?
to Bronny too.
Probably
though.
the American or the listeners outside of Australia are the Booney is basically Australia's hero.
Yeah.
He's a cricket player and he drank, what did he drink? Like 55 beers from Australia to England
London.
on the plane to London.
Yeah.
Yeah. On
Yeah.
that one
It was
flight.
VBs too.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah,
course it was.
50 something VB cans.
Yeah. So he's basically
like-
a national
What a
treasure.
monster. That's so sick. man.
Imagine how fucking wasted
He's a
you would
weapon.
be, man.
Absolute
I
weapon.
bet he walked
Oh.
off that plane and got his bags like nothing happened as well.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He's just dead sober
He
and
was,
he's
yeah.
like, anyone got any real beers?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, being drunk on the plane is not fun.
I like it.
Disagree.
Really?
Disagree. Yeah, I'm a huge
Yeah,
fan.
I've had so many good
I
times.
only
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I'd rather like if it's a fucking long as shit flight, I'd rather sleep. Like
I
Oh,
can't-
yeah, you
I
can
can't
do
sleep
both.
on planes.
Loser.
Do you
Yeah.
sleep on planes?
idiot.
Yeah, I'll sleep on planes, but I feel like the alcohol helps sleeping on planes.
Yeah.
Well, I
'Cause
usually have
yeah.
Valium and like
And Valium.
have
Yeah.
like one drink and I'm fucking
Bit of Valium,
Yeah.
bit of alcohol.
The combination is
yeah,
a nice.
It's great.
How good? And you wake up a little bit and you have a couple more Valiums is like a time machine. You literally smash a bunch as you're taking off, have a drink, and then you just wake up 8 hours later and you're like, we're here. Good.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
My body clock's reset properly. I'm good to go.
Yeah, you actually get a decent sleep on
Yeah,
the plane.
man.
I always have a hell. And then when you go out and you have a couple big nights hanging out with Charles Barkley and Bronson and a couple NBA Jam players. Oh, yeah, Michael Jordan. Yeah, you're hanging out with those guys. You can have a couple Valiums to go to sleep, you know?
There you go.
I don't think I've ever had a Valley, hey.
Oh, we can have them
They're
now.
very
I got a
subtle.
box in
They're
my room.
subtle. I like it.
Wait,
Yeah, they're very much you don't notice.
Nah.
It doesn't feel like you're on anything, but you just feel like chilled out.
Yeah, they're good.
I've also got
Diazepam,
Oxycontin
sick.
in my room. We could all take one of them and see what happens on the potty.
Senecott?
All end up dead.
Dude, they're too hectic for me because I had them when I had surgery, and I'd have one.
Does that make you feel sick?
Yeah, they made me feel like yak, and I'd have to take these like wafer things that you put under your tongue.
Put up your ass.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Oh, give one to
Pell's
Matta.
dick.
Oh, it's
Fuck it. 1 in 1. Let's do it.
They're too hectic, but they hit you like a fucking freight train, and you just on. I was on the couch, like, but I'd had a fair. I'd had.
That was such a good head, man.
Heads. Maybe we'll share that one on social media. Who's got the best fucking head?
That's you when you do that.
Wait, this is a fucking baby. I just realised.
Yeah.
That's a fucking hot baby.
A baby that sneezed without eyelids.
Yeah.
That's fucking hot. Eh? That works well over these.
where did you get these? Are these all from the reject show?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to the reject
'Cause that-
shop.
On sideways.
It's tilted, but that looks like how it's meant to be. That is fucking dark, man. That is a real dark costume.
It is.
to have
Isn't
from
it? I love it.
The reject show. of all places.
Yeah, there you go.
Excellent.
Pretty spooky, yeah.
I feel like your top 10 list got fucking
Oh yeah.
railroaded.
Volleyball was in there, but I mean,
That's
I was nearly
fucked
right.
up.
All right, ready? Football with 4 billion, cricket with 2.5 billion.
That's a big lead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big lead.
Shout out to football.
But I mean, there's heaps of fucking trumps in the world. So, field hockey 2 billion, tennis 1 billion.
Field hockey.
Hold on.
Field hockey.
Field hockey, yeah.
I'm
Triggered.
fucking triggered right now.
Cancelled.
We need a triggered
What
soundbite
the
for
fuck?
sure.
do need a trigger.
Field hockey. Is there like
Field
a big
hockey.
You
Asian
wouldn't actually think that
representation
it's that
of
big, hey?
field hockey?
You never really see
Field
much of it.
No, I've
Floggy.
never seen.
Field flog hockey.
Flog
It's one of
hockey,
those
yeah.
sports. It's one of those sports that comes up in the Olympics, and you see it then. But I've never seen like a hockey world championship
Nah.
or World Cup or anything.
That's fucking weird.
That's nuts.
Then you got volleyball, 5th. Table
It's
tennis.
Also weird.
Basketball, baseball, rugby, and golf. Man, I thought golf would have been way higher.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought baseball. I thought that was only Americans.
Well,
who played
baseball is just
baseball.
American. So, I mean, that's doing pretty well for oh, it's not really just American, but
Yeah.
doing pretty well for, like, not a worldwide sport. Like, the top 5 are pretty well worldwide sports.
Is that
Except for
viewership
field
or is that like money?
That's most
generated or-
viewed.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
most
nice.
viewed in 2019.
I feel like it's hard to call golf a sport. Like lump it in with it's.
Man, have you ever played golf?
Yeah.
Shit is fucking hard.
Yeah, it's hard. No, but you
and
know,
you
it's
gotta
not
play
a team
good, like
sport.
the whole. Yeah, but like you gotta play good in like 3 different areas. Like you have to be able to drive the ball, you have to be able to chip the ball, you have to be able to putt the ball,
and drive the
And you
golf
gotta-
cart blind
yeah,
as well.
basically, and drink heaps of beer.
Yeah, dude, this is
golf's
what
a
this
cunt
is.
of a sport.
This is my problem. Like, I love golf with a carton of beers and a bunch of mates, but
Yeah.
anyone who plays it seriously, what are you doing? It's terrible. I played.
Is it a
with
better
couple-
hobby than jacking off in a closet with a rope around your neck, though?
Oh, imagine if you
Nothing
could
is.
combine the
Yeah,
two.
well-
Jack off in the back of the golf cart with a fucking rope around your neck.
Just a golf club like wrenched over your
He's towing
throat.
your mate behind you, and he's just got a rope like, dragging on the grass. You're like, "You good, man? He's still alive." Like, I think he's breathing. His hands moving.
He's still breathing. Drag him through the water. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
it's so strange. I remember playing golf. I was visiting some mates in Sweden, me and my mate. I hadn't seen one of my school. I went to the school with this Norwegian dude, and he came down. I hadn't seen him in like 10 years, We went and played golf with a bunch of mates, and they were all hell serious. And me and him, it was just the competition of who was the shittest. And we're just drilling piss and smoking durries. And all these old dudes behind us were yelling at us in Swedish because we were taking, like, it must have been like 20, 30 hits every fucking hole.
Yeah.
Par
And,
40.
and we wouldn't let them pass. And then when they finally get their chance, they'd like rush past us and abuse us in Swedish on the way through. We were just like, fuck you.
So, oh, you're hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I dumb.
Do my fit.
How long we been going for?
We're coming up on about hour and 40, I think.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, we should wrap it up.
We probably should wrap it up. Well, it's been
Yeah.
fucking lovely having you on,
Cheers for
Adam.
having us.
Any things you want to announce for Saviour?
No.
Boring. Next.
Yeah, next.
Wait.
Fucking next. Got an
And-
album coming out. That's it. Album's coming out real soon.
Album
Yeah,
coming
nice.
out.
Yeah.
And
J-Man's playing drums on it.
Well,
I quit Saviour. J-Man's the new drummer.
Well,
welcome back.
he might as well because his tour got.
Cancelled.
He's got a lot of free time now.
I do have heaps of free time. If anyone wants to hang out with me, please come. Please be my friends.
Football friends.
Yeah, if there's any football friends out there, be fucking hang out.
What? Oh,
what?
I'm sorry.
The Manchester just came out and you then, eh?
Nah,
It's
that was
so
like,
hectic.
wasn't even
Everyone
Manchester.
talks
That was,
to everyone like
that
he's at
weren't
home. You go to his
Manchester.
house and he starts talking to his mum. He just changes. You're like, where the fuck did that come
He
from?
goes,
oh, you're right,
fuck.
love.
He goes-
Oh,
It ain't
what's for
wacky.
dinner, you twat?
Go home and you're a hooligan. Hey, mum, you fucking bitch.
Puncher in the
Dad
mouth.
just bash each other. Fuck off, Dad. Fuck what? Fuck off. Right. Man, what? Man, what? Better be a Man City shirt, you twat. Man, you. Right, fuck off.
It's so funny because Adam still has the accent and you just sound like Adam when you talk like that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, thanks for listening.
Yeah,
and
cheers. See ya.
let's go drink more beers and get rid of this hangover. even
Sober
more.
October.
Yes,
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
well done, Sam. Well
Thanks,
fucking
man.
done, mate.
I feel strong.
Congratulations. You should be fucking proud of
Thanks,
yourself.
Donate to my charity page that doesn't exist because. Yeah, all right. We're out.
All right.
Good
Bye.
stuff. Bye, guys.